You know, every morning when I wake up, and I've got a stream coming, I think, hey, it's a wild world out there, but I have faith. I think socialism could work. And then I watch the people in my chat try to make combos, and I think, holy shit, maybe a free market really, maybe a free market really is the way we need to go. That's I I would really appreciate it if you guys could not directly impugn the potential efficacy of communal economic theory with your poor performance. We tried our best, okay? Oh wait, listen, okay. When society is on fire because communism failed, that's not good enough. That's not a good enough excuse. That's not gonna fly. Man, maybe the only way to get people to behave is to threaten them with bodily harm if they're not like functional enough, you know? Because in our society, if you're not productive enough, you starve, or at the very least, you live a miserable subsistence existence, you know? Maybe that is the way to go. Maybe we need to have little Stalin era inquisitors, or what do you call them, commissars. And anytime someone combo breaks, you get led to the ditch, you know? The wall beckons. See, this here's the chat right here, okay? But right here, this is the wall. You're all up against it. And all it takes is a little. You're already up there, you know? Yeah, the tanky arc begins now. The tanky arc begins. Would I go tanky? Under any other circumstances, of course, the answer is no. But under these circumstances, the combo breakers, what choice do I have, you know? I'm sorry, Hyena. Folks, how are you doing? There's a cold open. Hey, do you want to check something the fuck out? Guys, check it out. I'm not modest. I'm just happy to, be here participating in the YouTube game. If I'm not mistaken, unless for some reason people stop watching my videos today, 1 million Vosh views TM trademarked in 1 year. Fucking poggers. 10 million. 10 million viewerinos, my friends. That's pretty fucking okay. That's pretty fucking radical. I'm really happy about that. 1 billion views. 1 trillion YouTube views. Insane. Insane. Incredible. 10 million billion YouTube views. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I think that we've done a pretty phenomenally, you know. I'm really happy about it. I'm real happy. You okay there? Your math seems to be a bit drunk. No. I think I'm nailing it. Listen, I'm a sociology major. Okay, we're very good at math. Us social science majors. You know. Of course, the real meme is this is top secret. I share this only with you. Okay, only with you. You can't share this beyond the stream. Okay, everyone. Shh. Okay, is everyone ready? Sorry. Okay. Are you good? We chill? If I go into my YouTube Creator Studio page and I check analytics to take a look at the total number of views I've accumulated over the lifetime of my channel, you can actually see the number is not 10 million at all. It is actually, if we look really closely here, 12.2 million. See, Social Blade only tracks estimates. YouTube doesn't estimate. This is just the total number of views I've gotten. There you go. We actually hit 10 million a while ago, folks. 12.2 trillion views. Seriously, though, I'm really happy. I think we've done pretty phenomenally. Pretty fucking phenomenally, you know? There are a lot of channels out there, a lot of channels bigger than me, you know? I'm not going to delude myself into thinking that that I'm like in the top tier of the YouTube political shit, you know? Pretty sure Tim Pool could blow me the fuck out 10 times over with whatever his viewership is, you know? But I'm really happy with how far we've come. Who knows what will get done in 2020? 10 million? 20 million? Who the fuck knows, you know? Anyway, navel gazing aside, we have content to go over, my friends. If we got so much, it's been a while since I've done a political stream. We've got so much, I don't even know what to go over. Do we talk about the smears against Bernie Sanders over the past 24 hours? Do we talk about the Destiny Mike Enoch debate and desperately try to scrape the content barnacles from that ship, you know? Do we talk about the two incredibly fucking brain dead PragerU videos that have come out over the past week? Do we talk about the Jubilee video? Man, damn, what are we going into? What are we going into? Contra stuff from Essence of Thought? I haven't seen that. I know nothing about that. Yeah, so much has happened over the past 24 hours. Oh, you can do a poll if you want, but all of this is facetious. I know exactly what I'm doing first, folks. I've already chosen for us, you know? I've already made the decision sort of collectively, almost like a vanguard party would, for the proletariat, you know? Stay mad, if you will. Essence of Thought is pointless woke skull nitpicking. Didn't Essence of Thought get in trouble a while ago for being transphobic? Is that a different person? Not that invalidates their perspective now. Duly noted, Hyena. I believe in you. If you're having trouble, just call the Ashleys, right? They can probably help you out. What a fucking tanky dude. What a Weasley little fucking Stalinist dude. Holy shit, dude. Friends, chill out for a fucking second. How often do I dive into electoral politics? Not super often, right? I do the Democratic debate coverage because I enjoy that, but usually electoral politics is really boring because it's manufactured theater, orchestrated by media elites so they can, sell newspaper subscriptions. In 1984, now I guess it would be YouTube views and clicks. And B, because the news changes so quickly, and it's also fucking irrelevant. Like, it's a little frustrating because Biden, for example, does a little like gaffe like every single time he speaks. Like, how many times has Biden gone up on stage and slurred like drunkenly something stupid that should be disqualifying, you know? How many times has he gone up there and done that, you know? And the American culture is, that's not African. That's European, like that. Kids love my leg hair. Like, like every time, you know? Like, but this time specifically, things are heating up, folks. Because the Iowa caucus is coming up. Comrades, the Iowa caucus. And you know who's fucking leading right now? You know who's leading the Iowa fucking Democratic debate caucus? Can you even fucking fathom who is leading? Well, the answer is right now, actually, it's Biden. But yesterday it was Sanders. Biden shot up just the other day. See, look, his thing went up from 17.7 to 20.7. So it is Biden right now. But Sanders is up there, okay? And Buttigieg has been going down, and Warren has been going down, and Sanders has been climbing. Sanders has been climbing since early November. Look at this. Down to 13.3, 18, up here, 18.3, 20, up to the soaring heights of 22. Unbelievable. Amazing. Now, Bernie's been doing really well for himself when it comes to like the Iowa, sort of prep, which means things are starting to heat up. Listen, I'm not exactly optimistic about a Bernie, presidency because I'm so used to being disappointed. But you know what? Hey man, if my man is up there, if my man is soaring to the top, hey, I'm pushing. I'm down there underneath his feet, pushing him up. Okay, Bernie Sanders. If you don't support him, you're an anti-Semite. Just clarifying. So, with that in mind, with the Bernie tensions mounting, I've got my eyes on the prize. I'm really interested to see, what kind of stupid horseshit the media will invent in an attempt to drag him down. We got something, folks. We threw the hook out. We got some bait, folks. Listen up. Listen, as I drink water. Hydration is important. Very important. Folks, something in the ballpark of 24 hours ago, a volunteer call center script that allegedly was being used by Bernie staffers was leaked to, if I recall correctly, Politico. Here are its contents. So this is what Bernie Sanders supporters are going on the phone to call peeps up about, okay? Here are its contents, you see. And it gives, this is just a section of it. I've seen the larger thing. But this gives like examples on how to respond to people's expressed preferences for a presidential candidate, you know? So if they're leaning Buttigieg, I understand Pete has many admirable qualities as a candidate, but I'd be very concerned that if he became our nominee, he would not be able to beat Trump in the general election. He's not winning over young people or African Americans. Two groups, which or who, really leaving that. That's the Bernie flavor I like to see. That non-prescriptivist option open. You want to go with which? You want to go with who? It's up to you. Are absolutely essential to turn out in order to defeat Trump. But if they're leaning Warren, okay, in case you're super old, you know, I can read this 18-point font for you down at the bottom. I like Elizabeth Warren. In fact, she's my second choice. But here's my concern about her. The people who support her are highly educated, more affluent people who are going to show up and vote Democrat no matter what. She's bringing no new bases into the Democratic Party. We need to turn out disaffected working class voters if we're going to defeat Trump. Couldn't have said it better myself. Easy. And the data backs this up, by the way. This isn't like a unfounded accusation. It's true. That is true. From all the available evidence, that is the case. Now, again, there is no evidence that this is a true hashtag real call script. But if you look at the language here, with the possible exception of Biden, no one's really excited about him. This is a pretty civil script. Like this script is not like, oh, you like Warren? Okay, Pocahontas, friend. Okay, friend of the trees. Do you hear the colors of the wind? Okay, but seriously though, you're fucking dumb. It's like we're not like we're. It's pretty fucking tame. We're not like going all in on this, you know. But in spite of the fact that this is again, I think a fairly milquetoast, reasonable, alleged call script, Warren's campaign actually sent out an email about it. Now that's a big deal, because a ton of people are on Warren's email list. I mean, a lot of people are going to see this. Warren actually sent an email about this unverified, leaked, alleged script full of milquetoast, tame concerns about her presidency. And she sent an email out to millions of people. And here it is. Right here. Last night, we got some disappointing news. Bernie Sanders' campaign is instructing volunteers. Again, this is an alleged piece of information. For a presidential candidate to go off hearsay is, well, it's not good. Is instructing volunteers to dismiss our broad-based, inclusive campaign by saying the people who support Elizabeth are highly educated, more affluent people. When I heard that description, I didn't recognize it. That doesn't describe me or many of the passionate volunteers and organizers I know. This type of attack isn't about disagreeing on issues. It's about dismissing the potency of our grassroots movement. Let's be clear. As a party and as a country, we can't afford to repeat the factionalism of the 2016 primary. To win in November, we need a nominee who can unite a broad coalition of Democrats, who will excite every part of the Democratic Party and inspires more people to join the fight. And then it's like a little campaign contribution incitement. We've got several problems with this. Several problems with this, my friend. Ooh, we got to get into them too. Okay, first of all, putting this email out in response to an alleged call center script, that's fucking insane. Holy shit, check your sources before you go off. For two, calling that an attack? Pretty fucking weak. If you can't stand up to the criticisms in that alleged call script, you can't stand up to Trump. Trump is going to if fucking Warren makes it through the primaries, Trump is going to walk up onto the debate stage wearing a feather hat, and he's going to do the thing, and Warren is going to like break down crying and shit herself on stage. Okay, just evacuate feces in all directions. All right, if she can't handle this, then she can't handle fucking Trump. Okay, an ability to deal with like the stuff thick-skinned people need to be able to manage. Like, that's a necessity to be able to win this presidency, okay? So that's 2. And for 3, listen to the tone of this letter, okay? Bernie Sanders said the people who support Elizabeth are highly educated, more affluent. That's not the case. The way she phrases this response is like, Bernie said we're smart and wealthy. Nah, we're all stupid and poor. Like, she could have been like, while we unquestionably, have a highly educated and affluent base to our advocacy, we appeal to a broad, plurality of, but she doesn't say that. She's like, when I heard that description, I didn't recognize it. That doesn't describe me or many of the passionate volunteers and organizers I know. When I see my passionate volunteers and organizers, I see a line of idiots extending endlessly in both directions. Wealth, my dumb fuck supporters couldn't scrounge up 2 cents to give to my movement. Like, the way, the response to this. So we have a terrible thin-skinned response being made immediately because Politico leaked something that may or may not have been actually in some way officially affiliated with the Bernie Sanders campaign, which, even if it was, is like, again, incredibly fucking tame. And of course, later Bernie Sanders comes out and he says, speaking to journalists, Sanders said he had never seen the script and never signed off on it, and blamed the media for blowing up the tension between him and Warren. Elizabeth Warren is a very good friend of mine, he said, before asking people not to judge him not by the content of the script, but the words he himself uses on the campaign. You've heard me give many speeches. Have I ever said one negative word about Elizabeth Warren? Which is true. Bernie is really, really, I'll even go say soft on Elizabeth Warren. Look at the fucking grace with which he handles this, by the way. He doesn't impugn Warren for the horrible fucking decision to legitimize that document by putting an email out about it. He doesn't respond at all to her thin-skinned, defensive reaction. He just, hey, I didn't sign off on that. That's not me. It's not representative of what I say. Soft Bernie. But what love, what tender love he has for his candidates. The thing that bothers me the most about this, by far, like easily bothers me the most about this, is this accusation of divisiveness. We are in the fucking presidential primaries. At what point are we meant to be divisive, if not here? We're choosing a presidential candidate. The issue, though, is the difference between real divisiveness and phony media-inspired divisiveness. This horseshit, this is some bread and circus shit right here, okay? This is some jesters juggling while balancing themselves on striped balls shit, okay? This is some bears wearing funny hat shit. This is nothing. This is a fucking nothing burger. This isn't real divisiveness. Though I admit it speaks poorly of Elizabeth Warren that she would accuse this of being representative of divisiveness in general. But again, we're selecting a fucking presidential candidate. Divisiveness is necessary. And if there is ever going to be a time for divisiveness, I say that divisiveness should be invoked when we are choosing between Bernie fucking Sanderino, okay, the immortal god avatar of leftism, versus a thin-skinned, in my opinion, not faux progressive, but certainly faux, economic progressive, milquetoast Democrat who flies off the handle when she hears that there might be some, highly unsubstantiated evidence concerning Bernie Sanders and how he's running his campaign. I think there's evidence here to fairly legitimize divisiveness to some extent or another. And thank you, chat. Immediately following this horseshit, the media starts pushing this narrative. According to the accounts of 4 people, Warren laid out reasons she believed she'd be a strong candidate. Sanders responded that he did not believe a woman could win. Sanders denied the characterization of the meeting in a statement to CNN. So Immediately following this horse shit, the media starts putting out articles. This is like right now. This is like, this article came out less than an hour ago. The media starts putting out articles about how, according to somebody once said that maybe a rumor was heard that possibly somebody once heard Bernie Sanders saying that he didn't believe a woman could win the presidency, in spite of the fact that the dude's been an active feminist for like 80 fucking years. You know, like, it's not exactly a surprise to anyone who follows his politics. But look at this. So naturally, Bernie Sanders denies that claim, obviously, and Warren's team won't comment on it. But CNN runs it anyway. Neither team comments on this. Warren's communication director, Kirsten Orthman, declined to comment. Damn, CNN. Just publishing rumors now, huh? Hey, wow, we heard a rumor that in a meeting, Bernie Sanders said a woman to Elizabeth Warren that women can't win the presidency. Should we perhaps fact check this, or maybe get some sort of substantiated evidence, maybe even just a reputable witness? Nah, gotta push that old man sexist Bernie narrative. Gotta push that fake progressive dipshit woke scold on Twitter narrative where we're all jerking ourselves off over how we're not voting for Bernie. Black people ain't having no Bernie. We're voting for a progressive woman of color. Oops, there goes Kamala Harris. Warren will have to do, and there goes Booker. Fuck, we're running out of fucking minority points that we can use to divert from the superior politics of Bernie Sanders. Maybe Tulsi can be a woman of color to them next, Seriously, though, it's genuinely pathetic. This is one of the reasons why I don't do the electoral politics that often, because like, this is fucking exhausting, dude. So yeah, right off the back of Warren shit, Tulsi is a woman of color? I mean, technically, right? Isn't Tulsi a woman of color? Hey, again, listen, if you want woke points, if you don't vote for Bernie Sanders, you are, again, an anti-Semite, okay? Just keep that in mind. Just, like, holy shit, CNN fake news, the Warren shit, it's exhausting. I don't know how pundits put up with this. They would never push Tulsi? Well, I would never push Tulsi either, so... Lizzie is Native American Yeah, okay. I forgot. This reminds me in 2016 when Hillary stands were saying that Bernie wrote an article about how women enjoy rape. You know what's really phenomenal? Bernie Sanders has like no drama, no skeletons in his closet. It's fucking wild. Go back into every other candidate. Go back into every other candidate. Yeah, they are still saying that. Every other candidate. Warren was a fucking Republican. That's a skeleton in the closet in and of itself, Tulsi Gabbard has that Modi, that weird, creepy fucking Hindu cult shit, plus her Modi support shit, plus the weird Assad shit, plus her weird fucking like association with more like right-wing types, Hillary Clinton's entire history is skeletons in the closet. Yang murdered that child back in 94. There's so much like shit on all of these candidates. There's so much like dirt in the past. Biden is right now raping somebody. Like right. All right, the Yang thing was a joke. Okay, the Yang thing was a joke. Okay, but Biden right now is raping, or if he's not raping someone, he's definitely licking a child somewhere. Like a lollipop, like a child, like perhaps a child's arm. I don't know the details exactly, but it is happening right now. What about Bernie Sanders? Like, what dirt is there on Bernie Sanders? There's fucking nothing. The only shit people ever attack Bernie Sanders over is that fake, like, liberal idpol shit. Like, we support a woman of color, not a white old man, That's what they tend to get him on. What do Republicans have against him? The crime bill? Republicans don't give a fuck about the crime bill. I agree the crime bill shit was bad, but Republicans don't give a fuck about the crime bill. And that's one of the things that makes Bernie such a strong candidate. When you bring him out there up against Trump, up into the general election stage, he doesn't bring any of that baggage with him. Yeah, they can call him a socialist over and over, but they did that with fucking Obama, too. They did that with Hillary Clinton, too. Yeah, I know Bernie had good reasons to vote for the crime bill. I'm talking about optics. Holy fucking shit, you people. Stay focused, all right? Bernie is just such a strong candidate, and one of the reasons for that is that it's so hard to attack the guy without resorting on these obnoxious fucking lib shit, id poll arguments. I don't agree with everything Bernie Sanders does or says. I don't like protectionist economic arguments. I'm a Bernie Sanders supporter, though. I think he's got real fucking energy. I think he's one of the only legitimate candidates to ever grace the stage over the past, Jesus Christ, fucking couple of decades. Because it really does seem like everything that he says is a product of his personal ideological predilection and not a product of some campaign staffer telling him that this or that or this pulled well, Which is why Buttigieg, which is why Warren, which is why Biden have all flippy-flopped on their fucking Medicare for All stances after the Chad Bernie came out and normalized that talking point back in 2016. Everyone else sliding over them, but then they slide away when their corporate donors tell them, I don't know about that. Warren, are you sure about that one? Are you sure you want to cost the insurance industry billions of dollars by allowing Americans affordable health care? I don't know about that one, Warren. But Chad Bernie stands by his fucking guns, okay? Chad fucking Bernie. And I like that. I like that legitimacy. I like the idea. I like the myth, okay? I love the myth, the Americana dream, that there are politicians out there who are totems of authenticity and integrity, that are strong and principled, and even if I don't agree with them on everything, that I can trust them. Because I don't agree with Bernie on everything. Again, I don't like protectionist economics, but goddamn do I like authenticity. Bernie Sanders 2020, I'm going to do a whole fucking video tonguing Bernie Sanders' taint. In the near future, but for right now, I guess this is what we're doing here. Fucking based ass Bernie Sanders, okay? That's it. That's a whole video, okay? I wrote the damn script. Bernie isn't protectionist? Yes, he is. Bernie is definitely a populist protectionist candidate. He's definitely protectionist. Who do you think was the last good presidential candidate then? I remember there was some candidate for like the 1980 or 1984 or 1988. It was in the 80s. Presidential race that I was impressed by. But I learned about it back in my history class, and it's been a while since then, so I would have to go back over it, Hold on. Who's the single worst Dem candidate running? Tulsi Gabbard. I fucking hate Tulsi Gabbard, dude. I legit think that Tulsi Gabbard is just prepping up to be like a Fox News commentator. Tulsi Gabbard is a Dave Rubin in the making. Ben Rubin. Yeah, Tulsi, not Pete. No, not Pete. Tulsi Gabbard. Am I for fucking real? Yeah, I'm for fucking real. Yeah, 100%. I 100% believe. Dude, her response to the fucking impeachment vote in the House was so fucking spineless. Her weird cult. You guys know she's part of a cult, right? You guys know there's like a huge amount of fucking dirt on this weird like sect of Hinduism that she's associated with, and that like the leader of this cult has like this is like a real thing. Like it's fucking wild. You can go into it. Like this isn't a lie or like a unsubstantiated claim. This is just what she's in. Her gray streak is kind of hot. Yes, she's hot. Jesus, you fucking coomers. You maddening fucking coomers. I think Tulsi Gabbard, within a decade, she's not going again for re-election in the House, right? I'm pretty sure that Tulsi Gabbard is going to be a Fox News commentator or have like an e-show sometime in the future. There's a reason why Tulsi Gabbard is like the favorite of all of those Nazbol types too. It's a little weird. What's your counter argument to Bernie is old enough to die soon? Bernie will never die. That's my answer. Bernie is incapable of death. He looks death in the face and he says no. How can he die? Bernie's pro-choice. He's anti-life. How can he ever die? He already rejects it. Yeah, Bernie is a concept, Bernie is like Bernie is like V in V for Vendetta, in the movie version, not in the comic book version, you know? Where you have all the establishment Democrats on the far side of the room. And they're fucking gunning him down. But then at the end of it, they're all out of ammo, and Bernie Sanders is still standing there. And what they fail to consider is that ideas are bulletproof. And then he does some flippy shit with knives, you know? It's pretty cool, you know? Yeah. Hey, listen, if Bernie dies, he dies, okay? Jews are bulletproof. History suggests otherwise, unfortunately. Okay, hold on. Wait, let me go over donuts. Folks, my friends, okay? Listen, please, God, I implore you, okay? You have to stick around for this. If for no reason other than because I actually peeked ahead on this video and I attempted suicide. That's why I'm wearing a red shirt right now, so the blood stains from the cavity in my chest aren't as apparent. This video from PragerU on the Enlightenment is unironic, like tradcon, like Nazi shit. I'm not joking. But I have to do donuts first, okay? Let's see. Look, I'm baiting you. I'm doing the don't leave before the commercial break kind of thing, you know? Yeah, hold on. This is my commercial break. This is how I make my money, you know? Yeah, and you know how it is. Coal Addict with the gifted tier 1 sub. Thank you. Hey, Vosh, I heard you got canceled yesterday by Irish laddie Pepe Laugh. Yeah, I fucking, dead named a friend. Fuck me. 21st Century Socialist with $5. Booker is down and out, but Delaney keeps on trucking. Delaney-ites unite. It's Delaney-acs, okay? Like Animaniacs, comrade. Have you actually had a recent attempt? No! No, I didn't actually try to kill myself. Just to clarify. All right, just so it's known, okay? Grim Gospel with the tier 2 sub. Thank you. That's my secret. I'm always cooming. As long as you're wearing a diaper, it's not that much of a deal, right? Bing Bong with the tier 2 sub. Emote combos will be currency in the future market libsoc society. That is definitely true. That is unquestionably true, okay? Comrade Courtney with the gifted tier 1 sub to Coomer. This video reinstates my hope in the left. This is going to be a stupid fucking video again, isn't it? That's what we're doing? Huh?
Giant proud.
Yep. All right, Comrade Courtney. That was the last video you ever get to have played on this fucking channel. You've done it too many times. You can link videos if you want, but they're not getting clicked on. Just so you know. I'm just fair warning, you know. I don't want to lead you on or anything. Professor Studs with the $5. I'm auditioning for the Glass Menagerie tonight, and I'm super nervous because the director has worked at NYC before. Would love some wishes of broken legs for my comrades and Hibernian brothers. Is the director having worked in NYC before an indication of their credibility or like a repute? I would assume so. Good luck, comrade. I hope it goes well. Go absolutely decimate those legs, friendos, okay? Never be able to walk again after you're done with that shit, okay? Good luck. And a tier 1 sub from Comrade Courtney. I'm from Massachusetts, and there are Warren supporters everywhere. And most of my peers' hottest political take is, I think it's time for a female president with no further explanation. Sigh, eat the rich. Oh yeah, totally, 100%. Dude, most people have no fucking guiding like ideology when it comes to making statements on on like their preferred political candidates. Cringe. Ooh. That liberal id poll, my friends. Yikes. Jojo Wax with $5. Haven't caught you live in a long time. Take my money, you beautiful bastard. Thank you, comrade. Happy to have you here. And Caius with the $1. Warren is approaching peak wine aunt. Yeah, maybe. Great aunt at this point? She's pretty old, you know? Loopy Jackal with the tier 1 sub. No idea what a pending subscription means, so I guess I'll go for the lowest tier so I don't get overbilled. I think pending subscription just means the payment hasn't been confirmed with your bank yet, but I'm not entirely sure. Either way, delighted to see you with the colored name, comrade. That's the good shit. Hammer Time with the $1. Think they're going to push sexism because they cannot easily go with anti-Semite? Yeah, it's pretty hard to call Bernie an anti-Semite. They're going to try anyway, though. But they've already been calling Bernie an or a sexist for like a while now. And a racist, in spite of the fact that he has a very diverse, you know, like, base of supporters. Caius with the $1. Linked an image. Oh yeah, this shit. When Bernie actually tweeted this in real life was pretty good. That was my favorite part of electoral politics. I love those electoral politics. Wait, is this real? Yes. Bernie Sanders, a U.S. presidential candidate, actually did an anime meme in response to Trump. It's true. That's true. Surplus value with the $1. You've mentioned many times that protectionism is bad, but you could go more in depth into your reasoning. Yeah, I need to do a video on this because I always have to keep explaining this. Protectionism is cringe because for a wide variety of reasons. It lessens the economic growth of our country. It can lead towards forms of social protectionism, which leads to anti-immigrationism, anti-immigration laws. They tend to correlate pretty heavily. It's damaging to many of our industries. It's antithetical to the general trend of growth our country has been going on, where we lean towards high tech and service and administrative jobs more than manufacturing jobs. It denies us the ability to control the behavior of other larger countries through international trade agreements like the TPP. As flawed as that agreement was, it did allow us to do things that we now cannot do because of Trump's protectionist economic policies. And it can often make it more difficult to keep on par economically with other large countries. And I don't want to get outpaced by China. Because as shitty as America is, China's not going to be any fucking better, and at least we have something of a democracy. Okay, those are the big issues. I'll do a fucking video. Okay, Japes with the $5. As a Bernie stan, I feel a lot of other Bernie stan criticisms of Warren being a former Republican hold no water at all because people can shift ideology. Of course, Bernie's consistency has better optics, though. Yeah, of course, Warren being a Republican 30 years ago doesn't mean her positions today are illegitimate. I'm talking about skeletons in the closet. I'm talking about optics positions. Plus the Native American thing is like a death sentence for her in the general election, Paul Resendes with the incredibly generous $20. Thank you so much. Wait, Vosh, does that mean Bernie is the Avatar? He will always be reincarnated, so leftism never dies? Hey, don't fucking jinx it, my man. The Avatar left us for 100 years in the world's time of need, okay? All right, can we shut the fuck up? Can we not fucking, can we not jinx it? Hyena, I'm sorry to hear that. I love you. It looks like we're both working today. Keith Schusterman with the $20. Thank you, comrade. That's really kind of you. If Bernie gets the nomination, do you think he'll pick Warren or another current candidate for VP? Or do you think for someone more unknown and further left? Not further left. The best choice that he could get would be Warren. Warren VP would be unstoppable. The purpose of a VP is either A, death insurance, or B, shoring up weak ends of your electability. That's why Obama went with Biden, because Obama was black and young, so he wanted to go with somebody old and white to compensate, for the sort of the envelope pushing he was doing. What about Nina Turner? I love Nina Turner. I don't know if it would be better for winning him the election. Yang VP. Yang VP. Folks. Yang VP. Yang VP. Yeah, $500. That's one half of a president, one half of the freedom dividend. Yang VP. Explain? Okay, I'll explain. I'm sorry. Math. Yang VP. What will you do with your $500 a month? Comrade Courtney with the gifted tier 1 sub. Bernie is lesbian. People think. That's true. That is true. That is true. Bernie is very much a lesbian. Howo with $5. I know this is not going to happen, but I'd love to see you play Deus Ex on stream and comment on its political content. Ooh woo. Very well might happen. Also, which ending is more acceptable to you? Helios's or Tong's, and why? Tong's. I think Tong's ending for Deus Ex is better. I know that sending the world back into a technological dark age isn't exactly the best ending you're going to get, but since the alternatives are letting it being run by the Illuminati or letting it being run by an unaccountable super AI, I think letting communities be more local again it's not even Anprim. It just takes the world's grid offline. It's not like it takes all the technology of the world out of the... Don't spoil... Deus Ex came out fucking 25 years ago. Jesus Christ. Don't spoil. Oh, God. Oh, did you know fucking Jesus Christ died on the cross and was resurrected after 3 days? Did you know that if you go over to the castle in Mario Bros, you get the princess? Can we get a fucking grip? Okay, hold on. Moose Sapper with the $5 would be interested to get your take on Red Guards assaulting Demsoaks in Austin. Bad optics or legit revolutionary tactics? Bad optics and horrible revolutionary tactics. Demsoaks may be ineffectual sometimes, but Red Guards, if you want to fucking assault someone, go to a fucking Nazi rally or something. Holy shit. Why would you ever alienate people who are on the cusp of maybe actually developing class consciousness by literally fucking attacking them? Holy shit. Those Red Guards are fucking brain dead, and they're one of the reasons why I went off on that fucking anti-tanky spree. Not them specifically, but people who act like them, okay? That shit is fucking crazy to me. How can I make leftism better today? Oh, I have yes, I have a good idea. I will go to a meeting of progressives who don't quite believe in abolishing the commodity form, but are otherwise politically aligned with me in most ways, and then I will yell at them and then punch them. That is my plan. Yes, Marx would be proud. Like, God, fuck, what, why? Yes, the wrinkles on my brain. Ooh, the wrinkles on my brain are so fine that when folded over, they are near razor sharp, and I can feel my skull being lacerated from the inside from the wrinkles. Like, Jesus Christ. Mexiball Nation with the $5. Nazis are just people who should have been swallowed by their mothers. Fact? Or, shot up the ass. But yeah, no, totally. But there's always a chance for them to, redeem themselves. I'm very, very much believe in that redemption. Aurora with the $1. We need a corporate Democrat with a pussy, because that's what this country is about. Identity. True. The genitals sell it. Not with the $3. I'm a Super Tuesday voter. I'll be voting for Warren unless her campaign is no longer viable. Otherwise, I'm enthusiastically voting for Bernie. The total and abject repudiation of Warren from Crystal Ball, Michael Brooks, now you, is very demoralizing. Warren would be my second choice, but it's not a total repudiation. Bernie's just, better than her in almost every conceivable way. Why, I don't know if that counts as, a total repudiation. I don't know why you prefer Warren to Bernie, and you didn't tell me why you prefer Bernie to Warren in this message. But, so I can't really argue against any of your points. But yeah, no. I'm a leftist. I'm literally a fucking anarchist. I think that Bernie Sanders is crypto. Bernie Sanders marched with fucking protesters talking about how American imperialism needs to end. When he went to university or something, he said, Chicago University taught me the futility of liberalism. He's a fucking leftist. Bernie Sanders just really sneaky about it, Because if he came out here, anarchism nowhere calls for transitional state vosh. Yeah, but if I say socialist, then people get it mixed up with Obama. Anarchists don't believe in transitory states. We've already had this conversation. I call myself a libertarian socialist, but my long-term ideological goals trend more towards anarchists. Shut the fuck up. You know exactly what I mean. Yeah, he talks about building up the working class. He talks about challenging corporate elites, and he does it with more sincerity, more authenticity, and more consistency than any other candidate that has ever run for the United States presidency. Okay? The original meaning of anarchism only rejects an authoritarian transitory state. Well, that's what I read originally, but apparently now anarchism means that you have to literally immediately go from capitalism to a stateless, classless society with literally no intermediary at all under any circumstances. Now, that's not what I read initially, and I think that most people who are gatekeeping this terminology are fucking idiots. I just maybe a slight transitory non-authoritarian state that gets people used to the legitimacy of worker-ruled democracies before we move over to anarchism. Vosh, but that's impossible? Well, I agree. That's why I believe in a transitory democracy. What about FDR? FDR was not a leftist by any by any fucking means. Anyway, I like Bernie. That's it. I like Bernie, okay? Not utter repudiation of Warren, but these are the primaries. I need to support the candidates I love and fuck over everyone else. Yeah, FDR literally said he saved capitalism. Yeah, and he did. Fuck him. Yeah, fuck that guy. But yeah, anyway, I'm just Bernie. I like Bernie, It's the point of a primary. Support the candidates you like. Make sure they get up to the front. Britmouse, the tier 1 sub, don't mind me just resubbing because for whatever reason it didn't reoccur. Love you, comrade. Marlon Soak with the $2. Bloodborne, yay or nay? Yay. True. Greek Anarchist with the tier 2 sub. Thank you. Hey, I'm back, people. I hope everyone had a happy new year. May have been missing the streams live, but I've watched most of them, and my man Vosh has been killing it lately. Here's hoping Bernie slays it this year. Let's shift that Overton window, people. Aw, Greek anarchist. That is really kind of you. Well, everyone missed you too, and I missed you, and I love you, and I hope you're able to join us live more often from now on, you know? All right, folks. We've delayed long enough. Those are the cannons firing. Folks, it's time. It's time. You know what time it is, too. You know. Don't play stupid, my friends. Oh, Flag Toast with the $5. Wish me luck. I'm going to go fight Artorias with a bandit knife. You can do it. Watch out for the flippy tricks, my friend. Watch out for the fucking flippy tricks. Be careful. He was powerful in life. And now, in corruption, even more powerful. Man, I'm so thirsty. I tried not to put the heater on for your sake, but it's 54 degrees in the house, like dangerously cold for the reptiles and also my nipples. I love you, Hyena. I hope your nipples are okay. You can turn the heater on. Yeah, Hyena, I'm sorry they're not picking up. That's fucking cringe. I don't know if you can, like, call the place or just, like, keep calling. Or maybe you need to call, like, Ashley's to, like, ask for, like, the number. Or maybe there's a number you can call. Hyena, did you check to see if there's a number that you can call that's on the little pamphlet sheet that they gave us? Maybe that number... Oh, I did? It took 30 seconds? Wait, you did? Wait, you did it? Wait, Hyena, it's good? Wait, Hyena, did it happen? Did we do it? Is it confirmed? Are we getting our furniture? Why do you have an iPhone? To specifically annoy you, you stupid motherfucker. Wait, Hyena, did it? Yes, Vosh, it was just a 45-minute call wait. Okay, cool. Nice! Love to hear it, folks. This fucking video. You know what? I'm not even going to preempt this video. You know what? Let's just enjoy the video together. I've only seen like a scant few seconds of it. You know, maybe the rest of it's better, okay? What was the Enlightenment? Now let's preempt a little bit, okay? The Enlightenment is a historical period referring to, or not so much a historical period, but is a term referring to a historical, social, and philosophical uprising which led to the prominence of new ideas that challenged the traditional monarchist and anti-rational ideas that were held sort of by the old world feudalist societies, right? So this is when we got things like reasserting the value of democracy, you know, the scientific method, you know, egalitarianism, individual rights, you know, stuff like that, you know, cool stuff. My personal favorite. It's often said socialism is a is a promise to fulfill the goals of the Enlightenment, whereas fascism is the aim to repudiate them. You know, so let's see. Will PragerU be extolling the virtues of the literal ideological tendencies that led to the formation of the United States of America, or will they reject the Enlightenment and plunge us back into the Dark Ages? Only time can tell.
Science, medicine, political freedom, the market economy. All of them, we're told, are the result of a sort of miracle that took place 250 years ago. That miracle is called the Enlightenment.
I just need to clarify, it wasn't 250 years ago. It was like a broad period of time that extended from the 1600s to the 1800s. Okay.
A moment in history when philosophers suddenly overthrew religious dogma and tradition and replaced it with human reason.
Oh, they're baiting. They're baiting, aren't they?
Harvard professor Steven Pinker puts it this way.
Steven Pinker, my fucking man. Steven Pinker, the kind of guy where you walk up to him and you're like, hey, could you call my folks? I lost my phone. I think I was just raped. And he puts his arm over you and he says, you know, Over the past several hundred years, criminality has actually been going down. Don't you think it's a little bit sensationalist of you to be saying that you've been raped when statistically speaking the likelihood of you having been raped has decreased over the past 200 years? That's the kind of dude Steven Pinker is, okay? That's him at a party, all right?
Progress is a gift of the ideals of the Enlightenment. There's just one problem with this claim. It isn't really true.
Yes!
Consider
Tell
the
me.
U.S. Constitution, which is frequently said to be a product of Enlightenment thought.
I'm really sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I'm so sorry. Am I wrong or am I wrong? Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong, am I? I'm actually right. I'm actually true and right. Yeah. We found him, boys. We found him. Looks like it's been a rough 15 years. Yoram Hazany, author of The Virtue of Nationalism. That's nice. What type of nationalism? I'm interested in hearing. Yoram Hazany. That's the name, apparently. Hit me up.
But you only need to read about English common law, which Alexander Hamilton and James Madison certainly did, to see that this isn't so.
Hamilton.
Already in the 15th century, the English jurist John Fortescue elaborated the theory of checks and balances, due process, and the role of private property in securing individual freedom and economic prosperity.
Well, wait. Hold on. So, wait, what are we talking about right now? That some ideas that became more popular during the Enlightenment had been thought of prior to that point as well? Yeah? Also, private property due process and checks and balances had been around for quite a bit longer than that, too. Checks and balances have been around for as long as executive branches of governments have been around. Due process has been around. Due process was, this is a pre-death of Jesus Christ development. And private property has been around in pre-civilization days. Yeah, Rome had checks and balances. The point of the Enlightenment isn't that they came up with all of these ideas on their own, absent any influence. The point is that there was a sudden uptick in their popularity, and philosophers came up to, extol and express the value of these ideas, to make them popular, to reaffirm them through theory, to make them big boy theories, If you want to talk about the origins of fucking private property, then I hope you want to go back to Mesopotamia? You want to go further back? Babylon, perhaps? Atlantis?
Similarly, the U.S. Bill of Rights has its sources in English common law of the 1600s. Or consider modern science and medicine. Long before the Enlightenment, tradition-bound English kings sponsored path-breaking scientific institutions, such as the Royal College of Physicians, founded in 1518, and the Royal Society of London, founded in 1660.
Yeah, and Harvard's been around for ages, too. What the fuck is this about? Is the point of this that the Enlightenment didn't actually do anything?
The truth is that statesmen and philosophers, especially in England and the Netherlands, articulated the principles of free government centuries before America was founded.
Wait. Democracy was around with the Greeks. The Greeks believed in democracy. Nobody's arguing that the Enlightenment meant they just invented all of these ideas. Back when all of these men were developing the philosophies that you're describing now, the average person was a peasant serf that owned no private property, that had no freedom, that could vote for nothing, that had no rights, save perhaps the simplest of rights necessary to keep them and their labor value from being destroyed by their local sociopathic lords and landowners. So
why give the Enlightenment all the credit?
Nobody... What?
Because it doesn't look good to admit that the best and most important parts of modernity were given to us by individuals who nearly all held conservative religious and political beliefs.
What? Wow. Hey guys, I just had a thought. Has it ever occurred to you that men 600, 700 years ago held conservative religious beliefs relative to our current political zeitgeist? What? hey guys, hey, you like women's rights, huh? Go back to the founding of modern political theory. Ask them what they thought of women's rights. Actually, the Enlightenment thinkers were relatively progressive per their time. The reason why, and I've discovered this now, I've interpolated the meaning. The reason why PragerU is doing this is because they don't want to admit that the people who founded the backbone of modern political theory and America were progressives and revolutionaries of their time. So they're pretending that all of the developments of the Enlightenment can actually attributed to like earlier thinkers. Yeah, conservative by what standard?
The claim that all good things come from the Enlightenment is most closely associated with the late 18th century German philosopher
I have never heard
Immanuel
that claim.
Kant.
Oh, the Kant hate.
Kant, reason is universal, infallible, and independent of experience. His extraordinarily dogmatic philosophy insisted that there can be only one correct answer.
Kant is not the basis of the assertion of the scientific theory and political reason. Kant was just one philosopher. Holy shit! This is just anti-intellectualism.
To every question in science, morality, and politics.
This is just
and that
one
to reach
philosopher.
the one correct answer, mankind had to free itself from the chains of the past. That is, from history, tradition, and experience.
No! Kant believed the only way you could make reasonable claims was through empirical analysis. Experience is the only way you can derive empirical analysis because sensory input is derived through experience. I'm not even a fucking philosophy major. And Jesus Christ! I'm not even a fucking philosophy major. Yeah, Kant literally wrote a book called The Critique of Pure Reason, and I'm not smart enough to understand it. And it's a critique of the idea that you need to divorce yourself from history and tradition and experience to arrive at the correct answer. A critique of pure reason.
But this Enlightenment view is not only wrong, it's dangerous.
It's not an Enlightenment view, it's Kant's view. People disliked Kant then, people dislike Kant now. Some people like Kant. Most people don't know anything about Kant because Kant is one of the most incomprehensible fucking writers of all time in the history of the fucking written word. Most people have no fucking idea what his opinions are or how to address them or how they relate to modern political theory.
Human reason, when cut loose from the constraints imposed by history, tradition, and experience, produces a lot of crazy notions.
What the fuck are we even talking about?
The abstract Enlightenment philosophy of Jean-Jacques Rousseau is a good example. It quickly pulled down the French state, leading to the French Revolution, the Reign of Terror, and the Napoleonic Wars. Millions died as Napoleon's armies sought to rebuild every government in Europe in light of the one correct political theory he believed was permitted by Enlightenment philosophy.
Napoleon conquered Europe because of Rousseau? That's what Rousseau did? What the fuck are we talking about right now? Are we anti the French Revolution? Does that mean we're pro the monarchists, like allowing the peasantry to starve? Yeah, PragerU literally just made a video on how Napoleon was great, didn't they? Didn't they literally? I saw this in the fucking video history. Wait, where was it? I just saw it for a second. Yeah, at Real Napoleon Bonaparte. He was the most famous man of his time, so much that his name still defines his age. Born on an obscure island into humble circumstances, he rose to conquer a continent. Yet most today know him little beyond their impression of popular caricature. His improbable story and far-reaching consequences. This sounds like a fucking sports movie. Like look at this underdog story. I noticed they're not mentioning Rousseau anywhere here. PragerU will literally drop any talking point the moment they can adopt a contrary one if it serves their interest in this new video. There's absolutely no coherent political philosophy anywhere to be found in PragerU. But hey, folks, there is one consistency here: the deliberate irrationality of PragerU, and this video's specific repudiation of Enlightenment values will play great with their Nazi audience. It'll play fucking great. And let's see, what more do they have for us? So far, we're pretending the Enlightenment didn't matter because some ideas of the Enlightenment existed beforehand, which nobody contested. Then we're pretending all Enlightenment philosophy is Kant, and Kant apparently believes in pure reason, in spite of his book, A Critique of Pure Reason. And then we say Rousseau inspired Napoleon to conquer Europe. Do I have this so far?
Today's cheerleaders for the Enlightenment tend to skip this part of the story.
Hey, cheerleaders of the Enlightenment, hey, by the way, just pointing out, just really quick, small, the Founding Fathers! The Founding Fathers of the United States of America were supremely inspired by the Enlightenment, and their repudiation of the English monarchy was inspired by the principles of free expression, individualism, and political representation, which were made popular by the Enlightenment. Some of the Founding Fathers were themselves Enlightenment thinkers. Just pointing out, minor one. Maybe I'm just a little bit more pro-American than PragerU. Maybe I'm just sorry, it's my patriotic nature, my bad.
They also pass over the fact that the father of communism, Karl Marx...
Marx wasn't an Enlightenment thinker. Okay, dude. All right. Leaving aside the fact that Karl Marx did his writing in the fucking 1860, well past the Enlightenment thinkers. Karl Marx did his writing back when the American Civil War was happening. Okay, yeah.
Saw himself as promoting universal reason as well. His new science of economics ended up killing tens of millions of people in the...
This is literally Kant believed in reason. You know who else believed in reason? Marx. His reasonable economic theory killed tens of millions. Hey, by the way, I know bajillions dead. Gorillions, perhaps? Imptillions. What? How can there only be 7 billion people on Earth when communism killed over 100 billion? We'd all be dead, right? There have to be more than that. Maybe there were 107 billion people on Earth before communism, and he just sort of cut the numbers down a little bit. Hey, if you ever want a really quick repudiation of this argument, hey, guys, do you know how many people died as a result of famines deliberately imposed on India by British rule over the course of a century and a half? The jewel of the empire? Literally over 1 billion people. I think it was actually 1.8 billion people. More than any other death toll from any other reign in all of human history. Done by capitalist England. Wait, actually? Yes. I'll back that up with a source. I'm pretty sure I've heard that, and I've read that. Yeah, I could be wrong. Hold up. Toll Indian famines. Yep. This is the estimation that I'm referring to here. Right here. Eminent Indian economist Professor Utsa Patnaik has estimated Britain robbed India of 45 trillion between 1765 and 1938. However, it is estimated that if India had remained free with 24% of the world GDP at 1700, then its cumulative GDP would have been significantly higher. Deprivation kills, and it is estimated that 1.8 billion Indians died avoidably from egregious deprivation under British rule over the 200 years. That's a lot of people. Yeah, it turns out India is a literal subcontinent. People died all the time. I remember reading a story one time of a person who was detailing their accounts in India, saying that there was a dying beggar who squirted out a bunch of liquid shit because his body couldn't digest food anymore as he was dying on the pavement, and a young starving boy ran up to his shit and grabbed an undigested piece of corn from it to eat himself because his body the beggar wasn't able to digest it. India suffered for 200 years starvation and disease and famine on a level basically unprecedented in human history, and all of it was overseen by the imperial overlords of the British in a very, very deliberate invocation of what was initially mercantile and then later laissez-faire capitalism. India suffered to an extent that is unparalleled by literally any other society. India had, prior to the imperialism invoked upon them, a great deal of manpower and wealth. Now, you can contest this figure if you would like to. Like I'm not like a historian, so I can't like independently verify the veracity of this claim. I would say, however, that if you look at the population of India over a 200-year period, how many people died, how the average birth rates were, I mean, yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty reasonable. So that's a good answer. In case you're ever curious, a quick response to the bullshit statistics on communism killing up-teen bajillion people. You can just throw that one out, casual one. It'll never work because the people who complain about communism killing a billion people don't actually care about human life. They care about shitting on communism, and they certainly don't care about Indian life. But,
20th century. So did the supposedly scientific race theories of the Nazis.
Well, this has nothing to do with the Enlightenment. This is literally like the Enlightenment happened, and then later Karl Marx and Adolf Hitler happened, and they both said they liked science. Since science was invented by the Enlightenment, we're going to chalk that one up to them.
20th century. So did the supposedly scientific race theories of the Nazis.
So we're not anti-Enlightenment right now, we're anti-science. They literally just said scientific theories of Karl Marx and Adolf Hitler. So we're against all science then? Are we against every the medical industry? Are we against the military industrial complex and science is what drives our war machines?
The greatest catastrophes of modernity were engineered by individuals who claimed to be exercising reason.
Yeah? Everyone claims to be exercising reason. Everyone does that. Literally everyone says they're reasonable. You've worked with Ben Shapiro. Ben Facts and Logic Shapiro.
Contrast, most of the progress we've made comes from conservative traditions.
What?
Openly skeptical of human reason.
This is what I mean. This is actually rejection of the Enlightenment. This is TradCon stuff. This is pre-Enlightenment reasoning. I've always said this. I've always said this. Conservatives don't give a fuck about America because they repudiate the foundational elements on which it was built. Universal suffrage, Republicans don't give a fuck about that. Republicans are constantly... Remember that Republican campaign strategist for Trump who recently said that the only way they've been able to win elections is by gerrymandering and vote stifling, and they plan on ramping it up for the 2020 election? They don't give a fuck about universal suffrage. They certainly don't give a fuck about human rights if we look at how people are treated at the border. They don't give a fuck about equality under the law if we take a look at any of the prescriptive social positions Republicans take. Republicans are and always have been anti-Enlightenment. They've been anti-American values. The true Americans are, in fact, the leftists, believe it or not, because leftists and socialists are the only ones who are actually aiming to achieve the goals set by the Enlightenment. Equality, true reason, justice, political suffrage. We are the only ones who care about those things. We are the real Americans. What is this monarchist horseshit? I don't know what sort of anti-American, anti-modernity, anti-science, caveman monarchical reasoning this is. I don't know what Henry VIII is doing up here, making videos for PragerU. I don't give a fuck about it. I'm a fucking American. I don't give a shit. No taxation without representation.
The Enlightenment's
Please don't gloss over the fact that the founding fathers were slave owners and racists. It's irrelevant to this point. The foundational principles of the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and of the Enlightenment are inarguable. The fact that some of its adherents were themselves flawed and hypocrites doesn't have anything to do with those principles.
Critics, including John Selden, David Hume, Adam Smith, and Edmund Burke.
Wait, you think fucking Adam Smith was an Enlightenment critic? Oh yeah, take credit. Take credit. Oh, please. You think Adam Smith was a fucking critic of the Enlightenment? Adam Smith was fucking butt buddies with the Enlightenment. Where do you think modern economic liberal theory came from? Where do you think fucking laissez-faire capitalism came from? Laissez-faire capitalism is founded on the idea that the individual should be able to manage their own like economic destiny. That the right to own and build should be placed in the hands of every individual. It is literally in line with the principles of the Enlightenment. And hey, by the way, Adam Smith also believed that the science of pure reason dictated the principles of the fucking market economy. Adam Smith was actually highly critical of capitalism. Yeah, Adam Smith was way the fuck more reasonable than anyone following him since. Like 100%. Adam Smith is like was actually pretty reasonable when it came to his criticisms of capitalism. Wait, did they misspell John Selden? Dude, how many fucking millions of dollars go into PragerU? Can you not fact check your fucking propaganda, dude? Holy shit, this is even the picture they used that they did the drawing from. John Selden. Also, John Selden isn't an Enlightenment critic. He died before the Enlightenment. He died in 1654. He's not a fucking Enlightenment critic. Enlightenment. The Age of Enlightenment was an intellectual and philosophical movement that dominated the world of ideas during the 17th to 19th century. You get all the thinkers in here. No way I'm going over this full document. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Descartes and what have you. Is there a portion in here of him being critical of the Enlightenment? Oh! In all of John Selden's shit, there is nothing in here that has anything to do with the Enlightenment. That's interesting. Yeah, I think they just think Enlightenment is when all of the cucked progressives did shit, and all of the actual based real work was done by the tradcon monarchists. Let's take a look at David Hume. Best known for his highly influential system of philosophical empiricism, skepticism, and naturalism. Damn, David Hume, the critique of the Enlightenment, believes in philosophical empiricism? That seems like it's pretty well in line with that Kant shit we were talking about earlier. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Scottish Enlightenment philosopher? What was he? Critical of the Enlightenment? I don't know. Oh, it's almost like PragerU will just make shit up and say literally anything they want. They will literally just say anything. I mean, that's what you need. That's all you need when you have propagandists and a big budget. How about Burke? How we doing? It's been a while since I've heard about you. I've been out of school for a little while. Burke, how we doing? A statesman and philosopher. Yes. Yes, this guy was actually pretty conservative for his time. A proponent of underpinning virtue with manners in society and of the importance of religious institutions for the moral stability and the good of the state. Resisted attempts for American colonists to achieve independence. Damn, I didn't know Burke hated America so much. That's an interesting little historical tidbit right there. I'll keep that in mind for the future.
Emphasized the unreliability of abstract reasoning.
Wait, what do you mean by abstract reasoning? I thought you were critiquing pure reason, which you said Kant believed, but he actually doesn't. Now we're talking about abstract reasoning? Also, Hume believed in a form of philosophical empiricism.
urged us to stick close to custom, history, and experience in all things.
Adam Smith did not do this by any way, shape, and form. I don't know so much about the other guys, but...
Which brings us to the heart of what's wrong with today's idolization of the Enlightenment. Its leading figures were not skeptics, open to what history and experience might teach us.
This is, again, literally, this is a refutation of Enlightenment values. This is TradCon shit right here. We're looking at TradCon shit.
Their aim was to create their own system of supposedly infallible truths independent of experience.
No. Critique of pure reason. No, that is not. Oh, man, dude, they can just say anything. Skepticism was literally developed before in the Enlightenment. Skepticism, that's when it became fucking big brain. You realize that before the Enlightenment, the predominant ideological and philosophical theorists derived all of their reasoning from like belief in God, right? Skepticism was literally developed as an Enlightenment philosophy. Wait, they're trying to shit on the Enlightenment? Didn't Sargon and all of his lemmings use the Enlightenment as the base of the world they want? Yeah, but they're always lying. Conservatives don't give a fuck about Enlightenment values.
And in that pursuit, they were as rigid as the most dogmatic medievals.
No, at all. No. Just no? Source?
Anglo-Scottish conservatives had a very different goal. They defended national and religious tradition, even as they cultivated what they called a moderate skepticism.
They, again, like, this literally means, like, nothing. They're just throwing terms around. From the terms I'm familiar with and the people I'm familiar with, they've already shown themselves to be completely dishonest. Every time they present this information, we should probably assume a relative degree of skepticism when they start talking about the Anglo-Scottish conservatives and their national and religious tradition. I know fucking PragerU is mad that all of the big brain-based ideas that formed America came out of the progressives of the Enlightenment.
A combination that became known as common sense.
I can't do this fucking video, dude. Oh, yes. Well, actually, after the Enlightenment thinkers rejected all history and pursued pure reason only, the moderate skeptics and religious people pursued what would later become known as common sense because everyone knew it was true.
I think a lot about common sense these days, as I see American and European elites clamoring for enlightenment now.
What the fuck are we talking about? By enlightenment now, do we mean like, is this like a globo homo dog whistle? Like what, like enlightenment now, like interracial marriages? What the fuck are we talking about?
They rush to embrace every fashionable new ism, socialism, feminism, environmentalism, and so on, declaring them to be universal certainties and the only politically correct way of thinking.
I mean, politically correct is like relative. Conservative political correctness is way more insidious than like progressive political correctness ever could be. I don't like. Notice how he's not making any arguments here. He's just crying about the way the world is. So after the Enlightenment thinkers based single-handedly revolutionized thought and set a course for the world that led to the formation of America, now we have all these other ideas we disagree with. We didn't like the universal suffrage, human rights, and egalitarianism components, and we also don't like it when people control their own labor,
feminism, and
treat women like people,
environmentalism,
and care about our rapidly declining like world. Keep in mind, by the way, that PragerU is funded by the Koch brother, the one remaining Koch brother, aka the fracking extraordinaire. So there's a reason why they're so interested in pushing the anti-environmentalism tact there.
And so on, declaring them to be universal certainties and the only politically correct way of thinking.
No points made.
They display contempt towards those who won't embrace their dogmas.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if you're not an environmentalist, as far as I'm concerned in this day and age, you can go fucking die. I don't give a fuck. Go walk into the Australian fires. I don't give a shit. Go, have fun. Go toast. Go enjoy our lush climate, okay? If you're not a fucking feminist, I mean, you can go invent a time machine with pure reason and go back to the 1950s if you want. Like, I'm terribly sorry, folks. There are no arguments here. How fucking extraordinary is the conservative victim mentality where you have a propaganda outlet that's funded by billionaires, and instead of making arguments, all you can do is cry? That's what this video is. It's crying. The Enlightenment was, and everyone said the Enlightenment did all the good stuff, but actually the critics of the Enlightenment did good stuff too. Why do people say I can't hate black people anymore? Like,
branding them unenlightened, illiberal, deplorable,
yeah,
and worse.
yeah.
But these new dogmas deserve to be greeted with some of that old Anglo-Scottish skepticism.
Is this a dog whistle? What?
Enlightenment over confidence and reason has led us badly astray too many times. I'm Yoram Chazoni, author of the...
Does this guy have a speaking disorder, or does he have like a gumball in his mouth, or does it seem like he's barely trying to contain his fucking murderous rage?
Badly astray too many times. I'm Yoram Chazoni, author of The Virtue of Nationalism for Prager University.
Funnily enough, nationalism was also something touted by a lot of Enlightenment thinkers. This dude is an ethnostater. Yeah, the virtue of nationalism plus being a Zionist, this dude is unquestionably a fucking ethnostater. 100%. We can actually take a look at this fucking dude. What's this dude's name? We go back to the beginning. What type of person rejects Enlightenment values? Yoram Hazoni. Israeli philosopher, biblical scholar, and political theorist. Edmund Burke serves as chairman of the Edmund Burke Foundation. Oh shit, no wonder he was repping Edmund Burke so hard, huh? Conservative group based in The Hague, Netherlands. Cool. His book, The Virtue of Nationalism, was selected as Conservative Book of the Year for 2019. His philosophy of Hebrew scripture received the second place Prose Award for Best Book in Theology and Religion from the American Association of Publishers. They don't really go into his Zionist perspectives here. Yeah, second place. What a loser. Hazoni is an outspoken nationalist and wrote that nationalism uniquely provides the collective right of a free people to rule themselves. However, several critics of Hazoni's theory of nationalism maintain that it is both theoretically inconsistent or incoherent and that it bears little relation to the historical body of nationalist thought. Okay, so critics say this, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, and it's completely unrelated to the to like actual philosophical discussion of the subject. And here's his book. Whatever. Words are boring. I'm not a writer, and I'm not a fucking nationalist. Anyway, yeah, repudiation of Enlightenment values. That'll probably go over well with their neo-Nazi audience. It's pretty good stuff, you know? Pretty based, some might say. I feel like the light's on super bright. Can we chill? Can we calm down a little? There we go. That feels a little bit better. Here's another video of this guy. Nah, I think one video of that guy was enough. I can only handle so much blatant, unsupported, ahistorical revisionism. That is a little bit too much for me, you know? But yeah, you know, Godspeed to all of the fucking cucks in the audience who lap up their dogma from billionaires who are pushing propaganda to keep them in line. While they really didn't do their research on Hume, since he was one of the most important early skeptic thinkers and influenced Kant's ideas a ton. Dude, Hume is one of the most prominent empiricists. Kant's most widely read book is literally titled A Critique of Pure Reason. You and PragerU are such disingenuous liars. Weaselly little liars, dude. Last week, Napoleon was the best thing since sliced bread. This week, Napoleon was an atheistic fascist who destroyed Europe. PragerU, there is only one truth. Also PragerU, there is more than one truth. Defending monarchy isn't a good look, Prager. Yeah, that is what they're doing. I thought Napoleon was the good guy. Last take, Napoleon was great. This take, he killed millions. You realize associating Kant's views on reasons with someone who thinks their reasoning is right is in no way an argument, right? Yeah. I always thought that the Enlightenment was more about the foundations of modern-day science than political theory. Well, no. Also, not every idea of the time was necessarily enlightened, per se. I don't know what this comment means. I'm glad to see that even the commenters are shit talking, but it doesn't matter, because for every person who comments pointing out that this is nonsense, 10 people watch the video and uncritically add it to their empty skull. Whatever. What are you gonna do? He made PragerU's video why you should be a nationalist. Yeah, again, why should you be a nationalist? If you like gunning down Palestinian children, you know, a lot of options out there for you. Hold on, let me go over super chats. Super chats. And then we can move on. Probably to Jubilee. Gotta go over that. Thank you, Creator Phase. Can we watch Caitlin Bennett get destroyed again? I'd have to find another video from Liberty Hangout. Have you given your thoughts on the Destiny debate yet? No, I haven't. Karakill with the $1. May you have more views than the people killed by communism by the end of this year. We can only hope, comrade, but that's a big number. Somnio Static with the $5. Anarchism equals no DMVs in America. Derpers. I mean, I think any like good political philosophy is one in which DMVs are eradicated from the public space. I think most people will agree with that. This is the correct website. The white nationalist website is Countercurrent Publishing. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Countercurrents.org? Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Thoughts on Destiny's Soleimani take? Destiny's latest political takes are, I think, beneath consideration. Did you see the Majority Report win over the Liberty Hangout video? You beat them to the scoop. Dude, this hurts me, okay? Hold on. This personally fucking wounds me, okay? That I did the fucking Caitlin Bennett video, okay? I did the Caitlin Bennett video. Hold on, where's the tweet? I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you. I'm looking. Here we go. This fucking wounds me, my friends. Look at this. The day after I post the Caitlin Bennett video, fucking Lilith Lovett over here, fucking 600,000 like tweet. Holy shit. And she said she saw my video. Fucking wounds me. Holy God. If only. Look, check out Vosh. Fuck me, dude. 20 million views. More views on this video than my entire YouTube career combined. They're in chat, Lilith Lovett. Hey, Lilith Lovett. Hello. Fuck me. Wait, Lilith, are you actually here? Oh, wait, you are actually here. Lilith! Ree! Everyone re at Lilith. Everyone re. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's what I like to see. What Weasley little... Jesus Christ. Yeah, maybe we should do some more Caitlin Bennett. I wanted to do more PragerU, but PragerU makes me want to fucking axe myself. I have to go moderate with the PragerU shit, you know what I mean? Kibi with the $5. Can't afford to move away from my extreme far-right family. For my own sake, I've got them convinced I'm a moderate conservative, but that's still enough for me to be threatened with hellfire, Lamal. Ah, shit, that sounds awful, Kibi. I'm really, really sorry to hear that. I hope you're able to get something worked out soon. Don't donate to me if you need to save money for your you know, for your escape. Seriously, though, thank you. I really appreciate it. No problem, Lilith. Happy to have you here, comrade. Unconquered Bruja with $5. What's your opinion on the Telltale's Walking Dead game series? Also, Bernie is a hung dom top. This is an irrefutable fact, sorry. That is true. Nobody has ever even seen Bernie Sanders' asshole, but he does have an 11-inch penis. Circumcised, of course. And the first Telltale Walking Dead game is really fucking good. I didn't play any of the other ones. I think it got like worse with time, probably. Cass Baron with the $5. When you talk about Nazis, you say they're a huge threat, but when you talk to them, you tell them they won't change anything. Which of these is true? Both of them are true. Nazis will never get what they want in America. America will never be a white ethno-state. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. There are too many non-whites here. You can make the non-whites here miserable, but this country will never be a white ethno-state, at least not for a very long time and without some other weird shit happening, okay? However, Nazis still significantly affect the political discourse, which is one of the reasons why they've infiltrated the Republican Party so effectively. It means that while they can't make this a white ethno-state, and they can't kill all of the Jews, they can definitely make life worse for everyone who isn't a cishet fucking white dude. You know? So that is the difference. The threat is them moving the Overton window, not them actually getting their policies pushed. And that's just in America. In other countries, they might have more success with the white ethno-state stuff. Duly noted, Speft. Caius with the $1. Enlightenment? More like enlightened woman. Squad W, vote Kamala. True! That is true, comrade. Brit Mouse with the $5. Vosh, there's really only one thing for you to say to these talking heads and PragerU in general. Okay, boomer. Yeah, maybe if I ever debate Dennis Prager one-on-one, the fist fight, I'll get him going. I'll get him going there, you know? Maybe, Lilith, yeah. Loopy Jackal with the $5. Oh, I know this one. Napoleon was also a smell fetishist. He wouldn't let his mistress bathe while he was away, and then stick his face right in that musky pussy right when he got back, so he's a Chad. Good fetish, to be honest. Yeah, I read about that. That's true. That's not a lie, chat. That's true. He would go off on military conquests, and then he would get those vaginal braps, you know? He'd bury his nose just... And this is back like 1800s hygiene times, you know? It's like, this isn't modern hygiene, you know? This isn't just, the vraps. The vrappies. Right down the sinuses, you know? It's like wasabi, you know? It really clears you out. Marlon Soak with the $5. Communism killed 3 people? That's probably a coding joke. I don't get it, but yes, true. Maybe. Possibly. Playing games with the $2 is a philosophy grad. This PU video is cringe. Go tell them that. Go tell the Code Brother that, okay? The one remaining one. Hurricane Haunter with the $5. How the hell can you be a Christian and believe in nationalism? Go. Dude, Christians don't give a fuck about, like, Christianity. What? Christianity is just a convenient excuse for them to enact persecution against social groups they already didn't like. They don't give a fuck about that shit. And hey there with the $1. Hey, Vosh, new to the stream. Do you think I can get your take on this channel with a surprising following?
Hey there.
The Prim Reaper. And this is...
Paul Robeson went here, the famous black communist.
And this is a political channel. Whoop, sorry about that. That's a spoiler. With crayon drawings? Oh shit, this video got 36k views. Wait, is this a kid?
Hello, once again from the Prim Reaper. This is just going to be a short video, and I do apologize for that, but this
person might be a child. Okay, I see. This is an anti-feminist channel. I see. Yeah, this is an anti-feminist channel. Every day is ignore men's days problems. You know what's funny? Hey, do you want to hear some really true shit? The guys who will bitch and moan that feminists don't give a fuck about men's problems are the first ones that will call dudes pussies if they get raped by a woman. Are the first ones who will call you a pussy if you cry as a dude. 100%. The ones who bitch and moan about that are the guaranteed the ones making their own problems worse. I talk about men's issues all the time. What do you want? What do you want? I'm here for it. I'm talking about that. I'm out there in the fucking streets mentioning it. Maybe Coomer, but I don't want to talk to like a kid or something. That feels kind of weird. Hold on, let's finish donos, and then apparently we're doing some fucking Caitlyn Bennett again. Emolio with the $5. I started progesterone yesterday, and I'm really excited about the changes that will come from them. So far, all it's done is make me thirst over Hassan Piker for 3 hours and increase libido. Yeah, I've heard that like taking hormones makes you want to get like fucked in the ass by 6'4" communist chads. I have heard there is a relationship between these factors. Is there a way to delete user logs on your site? I'm applying for a job this week. What? Do you think your job is going to search for the user history of the account named Malthissimo on Vosh.gg? Is that something that... Yes? Is that something that typically happens? I mean, okay. I mean, maybe... Yeah, I did 1XD. The wingingest winking with the $5. Hey, from Sweden, watching the idiots at PragerU gives me hope that the revolution stands a chance after all. Yep, those are our opponents, comrade. Those are our opponents. And Jim Nathaniel with the $5. Thank you. Was wondering if the saturation of the isekai genre in the anime landscape is in any way concerning. Yeah, it means that there are more and more people who need escapism because they want to fucking off themselves in real life, and the only way they can cope with that is by imagining that they died and they're being transported to a fantasy world full of big bouncy booby elves who are amazed with their knowledge of modern technology, okay? And then they want to rub their soapy boobers all over your back, but you're nervous about it because you've never had soapy boobers rubbed against your back at a bathhouse, so you freak out about it, and they wonder, like, what am I doing wrong? So the next time they see you, they're in, like, a thong bikini or something, and you go, Nissan, because it's actually your sister, and you try to run away and trip, but when you trip, you put your arm out forward, and you end up grabbing their pussy, and you just sink the hand into the pussy, and your palm just gets enveloped by the poofy labia, and it just sort of sinks in like those mouse pillows for your wrist, you know, but even softer, and it goes in, and then your arm goes in, and it keeps going, and your Nissan just won't stop screaming, and all you can think about is how much Mendok say. This just reminds you of that one time you fucked up with a girl back in your real life, but then you realize this is your real life now, and you just go all the way in. So anyway, yeah, there's a problem with isekai, okay? Slight problem with isekai, mild issue, okay? Okay, hold on. We're almost done with the donos, okay? We're almost done. Hold on. Greek anarchist with the $1. Kyle Kalinske has done so much for class conscious, from co-founding Justice Democrats and getting people like AOC elected to getting Bernie on JRE. He may not be a socialist, but he's done to so much good praxis. Yeah, I agree. I don't shit on Kyle Kalinske for not being a full socialist, because I'm not a fucking idiot who alienates people who aren't as far along the left pipeline as I am. That's the main reason why, you know? Bada bada bing, bada boom. Nicholas Pogson with the $2. Praise be to communism. True. And Caius with the $1. Vosh Prim Reaper isn't a kid. In fact, I think she has her own hellish spawn. I suggested her to you a while ago and you cucked me Pepe hands. I don't typically go after smaller channels like that, but with that larger video, I might go over it because I'm tired of anti-feminists pretending feminists don't care about men's issues. It's very cringe. Seas of Cheese with the $5. Fun fact, I dabbled in Deus Ex speedrunning. Tong ending is the speedrun ending, now you know. Not sure if you missed this comment from my YouTube account. I miss all comments from YouTube accounts, but I never miss donos, except for those times that I do miss donos, which happens invariably like every stream. Rebecca Dueck with the 279. Could you analyze Richard Spencer's speeches? They're so empty. There's not much of a point. Speeches aren't really good for rhetorical analysis because, like, because they don't really put forward points. They just kind of rally a base, you know? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Balthazar with the $10. Thank you very much, comrade. I have a feeling I'm just going to have to go ahead and do the fucking video, I think, or you guys are just going to keep donating. Tulsi is Garbo just for her Medicare for All plus garbage plan that is at best a pale imitation of Bernie's and at worst Pete Buttigieg's Bourgeoisies. Her positions on felony disenfranchisement are terrible too. Yeah. I really don't like Tulsi. I'll do a full thing in it soon. I'll do a full fucking thing in it soon, okay? All right, all you shut up. We have to do the fucking video. Hold on. But before we do the video, I have to pee. I hate you guys, and this is how I get back at you, okay? Look, check out my new fit. I got new sweatpants from my mom, because she loves me. Check out this new drip.
You're so gross. What are you doing? No!
You're banned. Here, I can show.
Oh no, I was gonna tell mommy. Are you gonna tell mom?
No, I didn't. Baby!
Don't let the baby distract you. He just came out of the bathroom and said, I pissed all over the seat and I'm not gonna clean it. So, disgusting.
Clean the room!
Shut up.
Baby. Baby. This is Artemy. I love you. No! He's only like 4.5 months old. Look at how big he is, dude. He's still growing. Look at how big his paws are. Whoa! Chill out. Look at how large his beans are. Ah! Cute. Cute idiot. Cute idiot, small brain. All right, Caitlin Bennett. There's nowhere for you to hide anymore. There's nowhere left. Nowhere left for this to go. There we go. He's massive. Yeah, he's going to get even bigger soon. It just started snowing. Wait, really? Oh, shit. Aw. It's snowing outside. But I'm focused. I'm laser focused on this content, folks. Okay, we need... I just hit my head on the door. I'm sorry. Okay, we need to know. We need to know, are all of the Caitlin Bennett videos that bad? We need to know, are all of them that much a repudiation of their ideology?
Should we be celebrating that?
Are you triggered? Paul Robeson went here. the famous black communist.
Oh, communist. Should we be celebrating that?
Are you triggered?
No, I'm asking you a question.
I believe, communism's a great thing, actually.
The idea of communism is like absolutely liberating. It's the idea of like embracing a collective spirit to like build a better world.
Yes, resist. What are you resisting?
I'm resisting you, bitch.
Wow, very progressive and brave.
Is this a show?
Oh no! Caitlin Bennett! Is this your whole video? Caitlin Bennett, is this all you do? You just go on college campuses and get fucked by students? Maybe after getting shit on at that party or shitting herself or whatever the fuck happened, Caitlin Bennett wasn't done getting fucked over by college students, so she wanted to come back. She wanted to come back and relive it through for the rest of her life.
Yes, you're live right now.
Oh, what is
Yeah,
this show?
we're live right now. This show is Liberty Hangout Show.
Liberty Hangout Show.
Subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Notifications, subscribe.
Can you tell us Liberty Hangout #1 YouTube channel? Subscribe. Give us a little plug.
Liberty Hangout #1 YouTube channel. Subscribe to them.
Perfect.
Oh no, he's falling for their propaganda.
Okay, question for you. Hi guys, do you want to do a group interview here? You look cute. You gotta show that outfit off, okay? All right, real quick. I won't hold you guys up.
Me and James are both white people. Like we are in the.
Oh, based outfit, by the way. This looks like a fucking JoJo outfit. Look at this. This is like a crop top cardigan with long sleeves and sweatpants. This is a based fucking outfit. I'm just pointing that out. Just the fashionista shit. Very compelling.
Hold you guys up.
Me and James are both white people. Like we are in the oppressive class, and like we recognize.
Am I in the oppressive class?
Yeah, just like we benefit from white privilege in a way that like it's not obvious, but it's in a more subtle way. I mean, look around. Do you see any indigenous people?
Yeah, I talked to a lot today, actually.
Really? What tribes were they from?
I didn't ask because that's not important to me.
But
Do
it
you
is.
know the history?
It's not important to me.
History of this campus?
Tell me about it.
This was built. Most of it was built by slave labor.
Wait, what campus are we on? What campus are we on right now? Rutgers University. What state is that in? Hold on. I need the locale. New Jersey. Okay. Yeah, all right.
Why are you here?
Many buildings have the names of slaveholding families.
Why do you go in them?
Well, because
What?
Rutgers has a legacy also on top of this with really radical politics. Paul Robeson went here, the famous black communist.
Oh, communist. Should we be celebrating that?
Are you triggered?
No, I'm asking you a question.
I believe, communism's a great thing, actually. I mean, obviously it's been implemented in ways that haven't been effective in some
Can you show me where it's been effective?
I believe naturally humans hold a collective spirit. We are not atomized individuals. Neoliberalism has...
Oh, wait, we've got a fucking comrade here. They're busting out theory language too. Atomized individuals, like liberalism, communal spirit. Like we've got like an actual comrade here.
torn through humanity.
So individualism is out of the picture.
I believe we all have individual rights and the right to self-determination, as Palestinian people do as well.
Ooh, they're mad about that one.
Rights and the right to self-determination, as Palestinian people do as well.
Mad about that one.
Very brave.
Yes. And I also believe that naturally we are innately collective. And I believe that we all exist in a mosaic of humanity. And I think the fact that the capitalist system and neoliberalism has completely destroyed that, produces ideologies like the far right that believe that's...
Okay, wait, hold on. Talking point critique, okay? We're sitting down really quick. We're sitting down with this guy, okay? This person has zoomed way beyond where Caitlin Bennett is at, okay? So, I mean, based king, I get it, yeah. But remember, Caitlin Bennett is very, very dumb. And so are the people who like this video, okay? So we want to keep it simple. We don't want to zoom ahead like that. We ask and answer with simple questions and answers, That's what we stick to. This is like a flyby of buzzwords to anyone who's not like familiar with lefty ideology.
So in some ways, ecofascism is a direct result of that.
My God, you were throwing out all these really crazy, weird terms. Ecofascism. No, they are. Like, honestly, if you talk to a normal person, eco-fascism,
Nope, Caitlin Bennett is totally right. Caitlin Bennett is 100% right on that one. That 100% right. You don't have to be stupid to not know what eco-fascism means.
that's really stupid.
The shooter self-identified as an eco-fascist. He wrote a manifesto about the climate crisis. He said he accepted the science and then scapegoated black and brown people as a scapegoat for the climate crisis. This is real threats that we're dealing with, and I think to say that they're not real problems really minimizes.
I never said that. I said it's silly. What is eco-fascism? What is that?
It's this idea that it's a branch of far-right politics. Usually far-right people
We've barely talked about communism so far,
don't
I have
accept
to say.
the fact that climate change is a real pressing problem.
What do you think about this? You're just a bystander. What do you identify with? Are you a right wing, left wing? Don't really care?
Don't really care. I'm in the middle.
Okay. What about eco-fascism?
Yang gang.
Are you
Not left,
contributing
not
to that?
right, but forward.
I wasn't really listening to anything that was just said.
I don't blame you. If you want to walk away, you're totally
wait,
free to. You look
is
like
your
you have
name-
more.
Is your name Caitlin Bennett or something?
It is, yeah.
Oh, I've seen you. I don't know. Okay.
All right, have a good day. All right, very cool, guys. I mean, I wouldn't be, if you're that conscious about slavery and Native Americans, I wouldn't be on this campus if you told me all that crazy history. But, I mean, it is really weird that you're okay with
Oh yeah, I don't really care about politics. Oh wait, are you Caitlin Bennett? I have to be somewhere. That is true. That's not radical centrism. That's enlightened centrism right there. That's the actual enlightened centrism.
communists being here.
So we can.
Yes, I need the education.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
say that. I said we are here getting an education so we can better the systems that we do believe are structurally oppressing people. It's not fair to just say we recognize that the history is problematic, but there's also a positive history that James very diligently pointed out.
Communists came out of the school.
Communist radicals, just people who think
That's
in a different
positive.
way. I mean, radical is an inherently positive thing.
Communists. That's okay.
Yes. The idea of communism is absolutely liberating. It's the idea of embracing a collective spirit to build a.
So I will point out that way better arguments can be made here, but Caitlin Bennett has yet to make any.
Better world. I mean, what do you have a defense of this instead of just acting shocked? Can you give me something?
Oh
to
shit! Call
So
out.
I think communism is inherently wrong because it strips away the individual. There's no more individual, so people can't be looked at as you're an individual, you're all different, you all have the right to do and be what you want to do and be and believe in. Communism takes away that ability to be who you are. It puts you in a collective to where thought is no longer about the individual. It's a collective thinking.
What the fuck are we talking about? This is I hear people say this before. So sometimes, okay, I don't think that Caitlin Bennett has anything going on upstairs, so I'm going to assume that this isn't being derived from this. But some people think that communism and other like collectivist economic theories are anti-individual because they tend to treat people as economic classes, whereas liberalism atomizes the individual and treats everyone as though they are wholly responsible for their own problems. The correct response to this is to point out, of course, that there's nothing anti-individual about communism or any other, communal economic theory, anarchism, socialism, what have you. You don't turn into a fucking hive mind. In fact, you could argue that communism allows for greater expression of individual rights because you're no longer being sequestered or suppressed by the the needs of austerity, laissez-faire capitalist expectation, where you need to spend your whole day fucking working, where you're ostracized from your Community. It gives you fewer opportunities to express yourself, not more. Where the only way to express your individuality is through commodity consumption. But you'd have to say that in a really simple way. She confuses totalitarianism for communism. Well, no, because even in totalitarian governments, there are conceptually, you'll notice, by the way, when people who say that communism destroys individuality, they never say that Nazism destroyed individuality. Even though it did do that. They never make that point, even though Nazi Germany was unquestionably totalitarian, and they'll often even say that Nazism was itself a form of socialism. That never ever actually make that point. Totalitarianism does destroy the individual, of course. Fascism, by necessity, does. The individual lives for the state. But when it comes to communism, you don't live for the... I mean, you shouldn't have to... There is no state to live for, you know? Is overpopulation code for eugenics? No, there are plenty of people who believe in overpopulation for legitimate reasons. That's not to say the arguments are good, just they're not like being motivated by eugenicist, you know, points.
Yes, it is. And then, inherently, communism is wrong because it's based off of theft. Communism is not okay because you don't have the right to your property under communism.
The fuck are we talking about?
Inherently, every person has the right to their property. You don't have the right to your...
Wait. Earlier, I thought it was a joke when she mispronounced communism. How did she just say property?
Communism. Inherently, every person has the right to their property.
Okay, I'm really not trying to be ableist here. And this isn't a bit. Does Caitlin Bennett have a speech impediment? Jesus Christ, Caitlin Bennett is younger than I am. No, it doesn't say anything about it. Also, just a nice reminder that Caitlin Bennett's only claim to fame is open carrying a gun at a school. That's literally it. That's all it took for her to become a correspondent for InfoWars. And now Liberty Hangout.
You don't have the right to your property?
No. Well, right now we're not living in a communist system, but I'm willing to give up personal property as a capitalist.
You can't engage with these arguments. You can't do it. Arguing like the specifics of property delegation in capitalism versus communism, you can't engage with these. You have to back off.
Notion that has been embedded in us, so we think that it's the right thing to do. Because
why isn't it right to have your property and have a right to your property?
Because private ownership is directly related to like the exploitation of the people who are creating the thing.
So consent.
You can't let fucking Caitlin Bennett dictate the direction of the conversation.
To trade with an individual is exploiting. Hold on, I'm talking to her.
No, wait, consent to trade. That's not what I'm saying. When did trade become a point?
You talk about capitalism is wrong because it exploits people.
Yes.
So consensual trade, I'm talking to her. Consensual
trade
is exploitation.
Girl power, shutting the boy down for the girl talk.
Consensual trade is not happening in capitalism. It's not a barter system.
Trade is fine if everyone's on the same playing field. Yeah. Capitalism does not produce even outcomes for people.
Right.
That's the point. It shouldn't. It's trading.
I mean, if you want
it's competition.
Everybody else.
Wait,
some people inherently are better. Get a job?
What if we live in a system?
We don't.
So
you can't engage. You can't engage this. Oh God, the optics. The optics are on the table. Caitlin Bennett is not doing anything, and she's still coming off looking better than these two. You have to be super fucking careful when you engage with these points. Okay? You have to step back. Like, why do you hate private property? Like, you can't do any of that. You have to like stick. Okay, I'm gonna answer her questions.
Have you read the new Jim Crow?
We don't live in a society. I see different colors of people all around me every day.
Just give me.
You see different people of color, people of different colors around you every day. Yes, but on a systemic level, some people benefit more from access to certain resources than others. This is why the average white household has such and such more wealth than the average black household. Actually, I take that back. The better response would be to back away from the conversation entirely. We're already too far down the fucking hole.
Give me the evidence. How do we not live in a society?
So why are 13% of black people disenfranchised right now?
Because
because
13
black people deserve that?
I did not say that. No, I don't think anybody inherently deserves something based on the color of their skin.
Explain to me why 13% of black people are disenfranchised in this country.
So 13% of
Wait. What 13%? Wait, does he mean like 13% of people that are black? Or does he mean 13% of black people? I assume he means 13% of the country and he just misspoke.
the population is what makes up black people.
Millions of people are disenfranchised because of the systems.
Tell me
that
the
this
system.
country is based on.
Tell me the system.
Mass incarceration, the prison industrial complex, the military industrial complex are all perpetuated on the notion that black and brown bodies are less than white bodies.
These the optics on this are absolutely devastatingly bad.
So that's in the law.
That is prescribed in the law, yes.
Can you show me where? What's the law?
The 13th Amendment says it abolishes slavery except for the fact of people in jail, right? So it's like you have this issue of mass incarceration because black people are, for the same crime, the same amount of times they're committed, they are incarcerated more times because they don't have resources to get a lawyer. They don't have resources to get any legal defense, so they're put in jail, right? Then they're stripped of the right.
So they're put in jail because they don't have a legal defense?
Yeah,
You have the right to an attorney.
You have the right to a paralegal. It's different. A private attorney.
So, okay, if you're having a conversation with Caitlin Bennett and you're talking about communism and you've been led down a road where you're distinguishing between whether you get a private attorney or a paralegal, you've already lost this discussion. The optics aren't bad. Yes, they are. Anyone who thinks these optics are fine is a fucking idiot. Or I'm sorry, is intellectually challenged. My apologies. I'll be more polite in the future. Okay. The issue here is that this is being recorded and broadcasted to people who agree with Caitlin, not these two. So right now, it looks like these two are dodging questions. They won't directly answer, hey, where in the law are black people discriminated against? What law says they're discriminated against? They're jumping around constantly. They said that the system is fucked, and Caitlin Bennett asked how it's fucked, and they were like, will you provide sources? Show me how you think it's not fucked. They're jumping around, they can't prove their points, and whenever they do have an argument, they jump down an unnecessarily esoteric, hyper-specific line of argumentation that would not be understood or appreciated by the type of person watching this video. You know? This is just an experience thing? Yeah, of course. These two people over here on the left are based, and I love them, and they're probably going to grow up to be great comrades, okay? But that doesn't mean you're always prepared for a fucking interview.
Has way more political power, way more social capital than a paralegal does.
It's really disappointing. You guys think so lowly of black people in this country that you think.
Yep, the bigotry of low expectations. This is always a really good argument to see. If a person's a good rhetorician, they can always get around this one. But if they aren't, they can't.
That they inherently do not have these resources. Why do you think black people are so below you? Why are they so below you?
Enslaved for 400 years, dude. Have you read a book?
So they're inherently below you. You guys act like they can't do anything on their own. You want to talk about, guys, you guys want to talk about a prejudiced system and a prejudiced society. The only people I see putting black people down below them is you guys, white liberals, white communists that sit there and say, what are you?
I'm like a democratic socialist.
Yeah, this is like the Candace Owens talking point here.
Okay, a communist. So you guys are the ones saying black people, based on their skin color, can't do X, Y, and Z.
No.
Yes, you are.
The system did that to them. We're not saying they're inherently.
And then there's that communist collective ideology. Yes, resist. What are you resisting?
Could you go through what they should do? Yeah, we can talk about that. Okay, so the issue here is that anytime you engage with hyper-specific arguments on this, there's always going to be a few. So Caitlin Bennett has the microphone, okay? Caitlin Bennett is the one who's talking. If they're talking and Caitlin Bennett is talking, Caitlin Bennett is going to be the one who is heard. So you can't talk for long periods of time. If you talk for long periods of time, the mic is inevitably going to get pulled back towards Caitlin Bennett. You need to keep your argument short and quippy. You don't want to engage extensively with her points, because to do so is to allow her an avenue to continue making dumb fuck strawman arguments that require more nuance to explain. You want her to be on the defensive. That's what happened in the trans video that we loved so much. All the fucking trans video was people being, she came with the question. She was the one who came to them with the inquiry. And they responded, why should I care if women get urinals in the restroom? And then she's there blustering, you know? Do you think the restroom should have urinals for girls with penises and the men's restroom have tampon dispensers for boys with vaginas? Yes. Okay. It's easy for them to do that because they're not on the back foot. They're responding to an inquiry from her. She's the one asking the question. If she wants to make any follow-up points, she's the one who has to substantiate them, okay? The problem is, in this discussion, her initial question was, I don't even fucking remember. Do you guys like communism? I don't even remember. This clearly wasn't part of an anticipated segment. She was just looking for like inflammatory discussions. And she found these two and they turned it into a video segment. So obviously this was like unplanned. She didn't have like a list of questions pre-prepared or anything. If she asks any specific questions, when it comes to communism or leftism, what you have to do, you keep it simple. You put her on the back foot. You say, how do you feel about communism? And you can respond with, in a variety of ways. You could respond with, for example, I tend to think positively of communism because I think it is capable of achieving the goals of. If you really want to get them, okay, you can get them with the America argument because I'm very much in favor of the goals of America. I believe in the Constitution, and I believe it is the best way to achieve those goals. And they can either respond with some like, oh, but it led to billions and billions of deaths, or they can respond with more questions. If they go with the billions and billions of deaths, you can respond with, and this is a really simple one, folks, really simple, okay? All you have to do is look at them and say, I don't have time to correct all your misconceptions on this. Is there any question you'd like to ask? That's it. That's all you have to ask. You can just keep it on that. If she can press on this, she can press on that harder if she wants to. That seems like a poor answer. Nope, it's the only thing that you can do because there is no way you will be given the time and hearing to give answers to, oh, what about the 100 millions who died? That's literally sidestepping. No, it's not. It's saying that's not. She asked you to answer her misconception. You don't have to answer that. Yeah, they want you to start listing off reasons. They have far more time than you. They have the microphone. Wouldn't that be considered a denial of genocide? No? This explains why you guys don't understand how this is bad optics. You sputtering on the mic, trying to like hold it from her, trying to give like your 30-minute explanation to debunk all the bullshit she says is not the correct way to deal with these questions. That is not how you deal with when you're confronted with this type of stuff, okay? It always makes you look bad. Notice how these two are constantly getting interrupted. They are constantly having the subject changed on them. They have not given satisfying answers to any of these points. If you respond with, communism didn't kill 100 million, then they'll call you delusional. The only thing you can really do is say, I'm just not going to be engaging with these points. And if she wants to keep making those points, you can just walk away. That's the best thing that you can do. Remember, when somebody has the mic, they have the advantage. You're playing at a disadvantage. If you had the microphone, then you could hold it to your mouth and you could give long-winded explanations explaining how stupid they are for as long a time period as you want. But you don't have the microphone. They do. All right.
Resisting you, bitch.
Wow, very progressive and brave.
Like,
Damn.
I don't understand what you're trying. Like, can you just tell me what you're trying to accomplish? Because I want an open dialogue with you, but you're not giving me.
You just called me a. Do you really?
I really fucking hate that they replaced the poop noises. Why the poop noises? Why?
You want an open dialogue when you're calling me names?
Because I want you to give
Will
me
you
like,
apologize?
a piece of evidence. I'm sorry for calling you a bitch.
All right, thank you.
Fans at Kent State too.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you were there sucking. So actually, just for the camera.
Whoa! Damn! Hitting it back, she gets real sensitive with the shit girl accusation right there. Holy shit!
At Kent State too.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you were there sucking. So actually, just for the camera, this guy was at a party at Kent State. I don't know what you were doing there, but he was giving out free blowjobs. Wanted nothing in return.
Bro. Yeah.
I guess I was.
Why were you giving out free blowjobs?
Communism.
Yeah.
Give it to everyone.
Wait, are we just... That's base though. Wait, that's free blowjobs.
Collective spirit, yeah. Sure.
I mean, I could comment on the incredible lack of decorum for an interviewer to make that accusation to somebody who's being shown on camera, you know? But,
Share the wealth.
Redistribute the wealth. Okay. The wealth is his penis.
All right. You guys think you're acting funny, but I encourage you to look at this video after we...
Kate, you just accused one of the interviewees of doing a dick-sucking booth. What?
Put that in there. This is going to be great. We are running a huge sale at CaitlinBennett.org.
All right, you shill on your own fucking time, bitch. Jesus Christ. How to get around bigotry of low expectations? Okay. Listen, optics are difficult, my friends. Optics are tough, all right? All you motherfuckers who think you could do better in that situation, I encourage you to think otherwise, because optics are really, really, really difficult. Wait, I want to go over another one.
How would you explain that?
Wow, this channel puts out a lot of videos. Triggered feminist gets destroyed by Caitlin Bennett. Obama supporter has an awakening. Boobies!
How many amendments are in the Bill of Rights?
Boobies!
Right.
Francis O'Rourke is?
Oh, now she's wearing a dress. Wait, what? Damn, this is like the Caitlin Bennett channel over here. Holy shit. Yeah, the fucking booby clickbait. Getting them cleavage up here in the front, too. The face of evil. The clown show continues. I would have to go over these videos like in the future, because some of these videos are going to be a lot less interesting than other videos. Watch the Bernie one? Which is the Bernie one? Triggered feminist is apparently good. Watch the Bernie video? Which one is that? There are several videos. What's a good place to learn good optics? My stream! I engage in nothing but good optics, comrade. I have never engaged in poor optics. The first one? Bernie Sanders' campaign gets handsy?
Bernie, why'd you kick me out of your rally at your town hall meeting in Ohio? Why'd you kick me out? Why'd you kick me out, Bernie?
Jesus Christ. Speaking of optics, dude, holy shit.
Are you scared of a little 5'4" girl? Are you scared? Are you scared you're gonna lose? Bernie, why'd you kick me out of your rally? Why'd he kick me out of his rally? Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Oh, damn. We got the InfoWars.
If you guys remember, about a month ago, I was kicked...
Is this good optics? Is this what conservatives go for? Is that all it takes for conservatives to, like, go for, like... But, like, you just have to run behind a candidate screeching, and they're like, damn, based Caitlin Bennett...
out of a town hall for Bernie Sanders by his campaign in Lordstown, Ohio. So I'm being ejected from a public event? I'm on the ground.
Oh, yeah, I remember this. Caitlin Bennett threw such a shit fit over this. I remember this. Caitlin Bennett got thrown out of like a campaign event. There was a campaign event for Bernie Sanders she was excluded from because she was with InfoWars. It wasn't a public event. It was private. It was a campaign event for Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders. It's funny, by the way, because these are the people who will clap like seals when Trump will exclude press from his like press meetings, in an actual presidential address. But they'll cry, they'll sob when Caitlin Bennett is removed voluntarily from the people who privately run the campaign event for Bernie Sanders, a private citizen. Also, Alex Jones harassed Bernie at an airport, Lamau. Have you seen Crowder interrupt Chenk's thing? It's literally what they do. Are they impressed by this?
What's going on here? I thought we were having a reasonable discussion. That's not the real Cenk. That's bullshit. I'm the real Cenk over here. This is supposed to happen. I let the J W marry it.
Okay, this is Stephen
This
Crowder.
guy, this isn't the real Cenk. You think you're a man until it's not happening. It's bullshit.
Okay, so this is
Okay.
this is not a friend of mine.
This is what he does, okay?
This is what he does.
He's doing an impression, and then you know that's bullshit. Okay?
Okay,
right?
He basically,
This is all it takes.
Basically what he does,
makes
right,
money
is he makes money
by
he lies, right? Like
writing my
he rock, boy, right, my dick. So I do this homophobic stuff too, right? And I go, and then I feel like you're a homophobe, but really, you know, I guess you really like.
So security should remove him
Well,
because his whole living. But by the way, look at the strength of live streams. He makes a living by trying to copy.
Yeah, the right is getting good at comedy and the left is getting scared, I guess. Holy shit. I can't believe that they're impressed by this. He put this on his channel, 1.5 million views. People like this. People are into this. People like, yeah, based Crowder, haha. He did it. He did the funny voice and it went up there. I actually can't believe it. This is how they win the culture war. This has more views than most fucking ContraPoints videos. All he had to do was put a pillow under his suit and go up there and copy what Cenk said for a few minutes. And there you got it. Watch Bernie Sanders run from Alex Jones at LAX airport. What the fuck?
Well, they didn't know Bernie Sanders.
Dude, no, come on, not right now. No, Senator. This is
Why'd you say white people didn't know us like before?
When you're white, you don't know.
Why do they
what
do
it's like
this?
to be living in a ghetto. You don't know what it's like to be poor.
Sanders, the living embodiment of communist and socialist evil and failure, was here. A living museum piece of Mao Zedong or Joseph Stalin or V.I. Lenin. In fact, after the death of Hugo Chavez, he passed on the mantle. But of course, his little handlers wouldn't let him talk to some proletariat slave like me. And so this went on for a while. Then he left the gate. We went to a little store. He came back by and we talked to him again.
I can't fathom having a victim complex so bad that I can make videos like that. Like, hey, I attempted to harass a presidential candidate, and when the people around him like pushed me away, it's actually an indication that they can't handle my proletarian wisdom. The elite, the New World Order slave, Bernie Sanders, can't handle the touch of my criticism. Did you see the video of the guy getting kicked out of a Trump rally for sitting and yelling, "Not all Muslims are terrorists, not all Mexicans are rapists"? I mean, yeah, of course that would get you kicked out of a Trump rally, you know? Yeah, I think they just like the harassment. It's a power thing for them. It's a power thing for right-leaning people. It has nothing to do with like arguments or even making your own people look good. They just derive pleasure from knowing they have the power to irritate, frustrate, and discombobulate the people they don't like Bernie Sanders or like fucking Cenk Uygur or just random college students. The knowledge that they're capable of engaging in harassment is all they need to feel power.
Yes, ma'am. Because, ma'am, we have, this is an event that we pay for. Right. This is an event that we have bought the space. I'm going to ask you one more time. If you're not, I'm going to have to turn over to you.
Yeah, we know. Old news.
So today I'm in Des Moines, Iowa, where he's speaking at a pride parade. We're going to go ask him why he kicked me out, why he's against free speech, and why he's so scared of a 5'4" InfoWars conservative reporter.
So again, keep in mind, the event that she got kicked out of was a private event. As a defender of capitalism, you would think that Caitlin Bennett would be in support of them exercising their free right to exclude whoever they choose. Again, these are the you know, go find another baker types. Because she's fascist. Oh yeah, Caitlin Bennett's what? Caitlin Bennett is probably further to the right than like Ben Shapiro or Crowder. Again, Liberty Hangout is like a fascist platform. It's not a regular conservative platform. Caitlin Bennett is a grifter, let's be honest. If you're a grifter for fascism, you're a fascist. We good? Filling up the video a little bit.
We now
And who is a
Why'd you kick me out?
And here we are.
justice for all. Thank you very much.
Bernie, why'd you kick me out of your rally at your town hall meeting in Ohio?
I like Bernie's face there, where he goes in for the handshake because he just sees like a lady coming at him with an extended hand, and he
Bernie, why'd you kick me?
See the handshake, and then his face, like he realizes
Out of your rally at your town.
and he and he turns around.
Your town hall meeting in Ohio. Why'd you kick me out? Why'd you kick me out, Bernie? Bernie, are you scared of a little 5'4" girl? Are you scared? Are you scared you're gonna lose? Bernie, why'd you kick me out of your rally? Why'd you kick me out of his rally? Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Step back. We went through this last night. Stop. I saw you last night. I worked the details yesterday.
You don't have the right to touch me.
You don't have the right to encroach in somebody's personal space. Don't do that.
Hey, by the way, guys, you absolutely have the right to like move someone away if they're like harassing somebody. You absolutely have that right.
I'm asking him a question.
No, you were getting in his face. Don't
No, I
start
wasn't.
this today. If you want to ask him questions, do so from a
I did.
distance.
I tried.
No, you got
He
in his
wouldn't
face.
let me.
Don't do that, please. I've asked you
touch me.
politely.
Was that it? Was that the moment of glory?
His campaign, but he told me, don't do it again or I'm not gonna like it. I don't know what that means. He says I was in his personal space, but the cops yesterday, he said he saw me out here yesterday. He must be some type of undercover person, part of the campaign. So he saw what was
Yeah, it's security, dude. What the fuck? No shit. That's what his job is. All right. That's all it takes. That's the game for them. It's just harassment is like the plan. It really shows how ideologically defunct these types are, though, that the big gotchas they look for aren't examples of their enemies being shown to be like idiots, or they're not examples of like them ideologically overcoming an opponent. It's just knowing they have the power to harass people is what they get from. Because it's a game to them. It's football. They enjoy very much. You know, the points and the score of the teams. That's what they're there for. It has nothing to do with like actual political positions, you know? Yeah. Hold on, wait. Let me go over donos. It's long past time. Look at Liberty Hangout's latest tweet. When millions of foreigners pour over a nation's borders to steal their resources and take over their government, it's called an invasion. Calling it immigration doesn't change this reality. Mass immigration is national suicide. Yeah, that's a white nationalist talking point. So it's Nazi stuff, basically. Cringe and not based at all. Oh yeah. According to a study, monarchies are better at protecting property rights and checking abuses of power by elected officials, and they have higher per capita national incomes than democracies? Monarchies like the UK? Or monarchies like real monarchies, like Saudi Arabia? What about the existence of a symbolic monarchy like the Queen? What about it has anything to do with like how the government is run? They just mean UK and the Scandinavian countries. Do the Scandinavian countries have a monarchy? Words cannot describe how much I hate this woman. She personally doxed two very close friends after the KSU gun march last year, and it has ruined their lives. I despise her so much. Also, I know the guy who runs their Twitter account. He is literally the living embodiment of a fedora. You mean the Liberty Hangout Twitter account? Yeah, it would make sense to me. Only symbolic like the UK? Oh, okay, boring. I don't care. Liberty Hangout. Nice meme. I'm pretty sure Caitlyn Bennett is full-on physical removal. Is there any evidence of that? I know Liberty Hangout is, but just because she's their correspondent doesn't mean she shares all their political beliefs. What the fuck is this? There's nothing libertarian conservative about using whatever bathroom you want. Gender-neutral bathrooms are the communist idea that there is no such thing as private property and you can do what you please whenever you want. If you're for that, you're a commie. What the fuck does that mean? Talk about arriving at your conclusions before finding an excuse to justify them. Holy shit. Is that why Jews keep putting women and minorities in our video games? Ah, okay. We all know what type of people are fans of Liberty Hangout, you know? We all know what's going on. Imagine working that hard to arrive at your conclusions before making the argument, you know? Romulus with the $5, thank you. I travel in all the far-right circles, and I have never seen anyone use PragerU as a source of propaganda due to how objectively bad it is. From alt-right all the way to Stormfront, PragerU is a joke. Yeah, but PragerU was definitely on the path of radicalization for a lot of those people, even if they don't want to admit it. I mean, after all, it's not like people just go straight from being like milquetoast liberal to neo-Nazi. They usually have to be introduced to like anti-democratic or anti-egalitarian talking points first. And PragerU is a pretty good way of getting that across. Same with Sargon of Akkad. Sargon of Akkad is another person who leads basically directly to Nazidom, but like people won't admit it because like Sargon is so embarrassing that they don't like to admit it after the fact. Do you think the left would benefit to something like PragerU? Yeah, of course. We just wouldn't have to lie in ours. Dogma with the $1. Lilith is constantly retweets Andy Ngo. Anti-Antifa bullshit propaganda. She isn't a comrade. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Stinky. Lilith. Lilith Lovett. Are you still here? You're being called out via donation. I don't retweet Andy? A compelling counter-argument. You really saying that somebody would do that? Donate to me and lie? Okay, sorry. Oh, no. I love you, Dogma. Hope you know that. Yeah, all my donors do is eat hot chip and lie. The indigenous Hulk with the $5. Oh, I replied to him? Oh, okay, yeah. Lily Lovett is kind of a notoriously bad take maker. Talk to her, not me. Jesus, what am I, fucking telephone? The indigenous Hulk with the $5. My coworker's laziness and incompetence resulted in me staying late to pick up the slack, and missing your stream has made me reactionary. I think I understand Destiny now. Damn! We've lost another one to Destiny, you know? Fuck. Damn. Oh well. I hope Destiny enjoys my sloppy seconds. Isometry with the tier 2 sub. Can we talk about how Warren is literally just trying to woke scold Bernie? We did talk about that though. We already did talk about that. We can talk about that more sometime. But we did talk about that. I mean, that's pretty much like the only reason you would ever go for Warren over Bernie, right? If you really want a woman to be in office, if that's really important to you, you know. Of course, me and my based audience all know that in fact women are garbage, and therefore that is why we are voting for Bernie, because we hate women. Thankfully, no one will clip this and use it as evidence that the Bernie supporters hate women. Squad W. True. Xander with the 569. Hey, Dad, kept going with that leftist comic idea from ages ago. Was wondering if you would help a comrade out and shout out one page. Here is a funny one. So, I love and believe in you and your art skills. I like that you made America fat. I like how you made the Chinese have a rice hat. I love you, comrade. I'm shouting you out. I'm linking it in chat. That's Vietnam? They all look the same to me. So as I was saying, all of you are racist. The flags all look the same. All right, we need to back up. We need to back up. We're gonna back up a little bit, okay? We're gonna ready to see that in clips? Yeah, I'm ready to see that in clips. Joshua Giddens with the $10. Seriously, Vosh? Oh, fuck you. Joshua Giddens with a very generous $10. Thank you. I genuinely hate the isekai genre. It's just overindulgent empowerment fantasy teenage boys who don't understand storytelling. It's why modern anime is trash. Well, there are some good isekai. ReZero is good. That was kind of racist, not gonna... Hey, you know what the real Squad W is? Nobody calls me out on the war and sexism take, but when I make the racism take, everyone gets mad at me. That's the real Squad W. What, you don't care about women? You know, there are Vietnamese women too, you know? You're leaving them in the dirt right now, honestly. Yeah, Konosuba and ReZero are like the only good isekai. ReZero is dog shit? I didn't like Log Horizon that much. ReZero is edgy torture porn? Okay, fine. I haven't seen ReZero. I've just heard good things about it. Are there no other good isekai? Have you seen My Hero Academia? Yeah, I've seen My Hero Academia. Thoughts on Dorohedoro? I haven't read it. Wait, are there any other good isekai? Zombieland? Zombieland is a fucking idol anime. Not isekai. Dr. Stone is an isekai. Code Lyoko? I haven't seen Code Lyoko. Overlord is amazing? No, it's not. Oh, you're getting dragged now. Any of you fucking piece of shit who like Overlord, you are the anime fucking ghetto fucking deservers, okay? You are the ones who will be living in the anime slums when we are done, okay? The most degenerate, pandering horseshit in all of fucking anime, dumb. Dude, I played a game and I was the top guild leader and now I'm in the game and I'm evil and, this NPC character who's formerly a helper is, the boobies, the way they jiggle. Master Sama! I hope you don't mind how subservient and sexually pliable I am! I find your generic design incredibly attractive! I hope my lewd boobies bouncing doesn't cause you any upset! All I've seen is the first episode of Overlord, and it was the most indulgent shit I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe... dude, what did she look like? Hold on, Overlord waifu. That'll fucking get it. She had horns. Yeah, it's this bitch. Hold on, where's the titties? Albedo? Is that her fucking name? Yeah, that's her fucking name. She has like spider titties or something. Why can't they find any official art of her? It's all pictures of her face. Look at this degeneracy. This is even more degenerate than the previous degeneracy. Because I Google it and she has huge tits and all they're showing is her face. That means there are people who are actually falling in love with her. That's the worst thing. If there's an anime character that has giant fucking boobies, and you Google it and all you see is close-ups of the face, that means there are people falling in love with this character, okay? That's the worrying part, okay? If you Google it and all you see is boobies, then we're in the clear, because then we know why people are here. Yeah, there are so many fucking just up-close face things. And she's in a wedding dress. So cute. Kawaii. Yeah, imagine simping a fictional character, unironically. Nice waifu shaming. They're mad. The Overlord stans are mad. Hold on. Rise of the Shield Hero is based. You know what I was disappointed by? Yeah, I can see my viewers plummeting because you're all like, politics. Fuck you! Politics is everywhere, okay? Even in anime. You know what I was disappointed by? I was disappointed by the overly cautious hero. Okay? Who saw that? Who saw the overly cautious hero? Who saw it? I saw the first, like, 4 or 5 episodes of it. Oh, man. Okay, so the premise is that the protag dies or whatever, and they get selected, they're born into a new world where they have to, like, defeat some enemies or whatever, and this world is super extra dangerous. But thankfully, this isekai hero is incredibly overpowered, okay? Like, insanely overpowered. But he has one flaw, which is that he's really cautious and will never face a threat unless he absolutely 100% knows he's 100% safe, okay? So I thought maybe there could be, like, a fun subversion here, like a little bit, kind of, maybe, possibly, but nah, dude. Every episode was exactly the same. It was super fucking misogynistic. It was super fucking boring. Every conflict was the exact same shit, where the guy would be like, yes, that is a threat. I need to go do push-ups for 80 years before I can confront this threat. And then his fucking waifu, goddess, mistress, whatever, will be like, you have to be done pushing up by now. Your power level is fucking insane. I'm gonna fucking come. Your power level is fucking... And then he says, no, actually, my power level is 80 times what you're currently seeing, but it's still not enough. And then after 19 minutes of the 22-minute episode being dedicated to the fucking... to the fucking push-up arc, okay? The remaining 3 minutes is him encountering the threat, which is a level 1 slime. And then he nukes it and uses all of his magic and turns the slime into the central point of a crater a quarter mile in diameter, okay? And then that's it. And then the next episode happens, and this time it's 2 slimes. It's, the comedy just did not... Okay, I love you, Joshua Giddens. I was doing donations, wasn't I? Googly Gook 12 with the $3. Caitlin washed out brownout Bennett needs to get acquainted with some hardcore left Sternerites if she legit thinks communism as a broad philosophy strips away the individual. Get him out of here. Googly Gook 12, you have a truly biblical amount of optimism for Caitlin Bennett if you think that her mind is going to be changed by talking with people smarter than her, as opposed to the people who pay her bills. Robert Michael with the $2. Thank you, comrade. Much appreciated. Luna Anna 97 with the $7. It's very disturbing to watch this because I go to Kent and am involved with the socialist org on campus. Before she went viral, she was absolutely obsessed with us to the point of serial harassment. Oh, so she was insane even before she was a public figure? Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, being like fucking crazy doesn't seem to prevent you from being successful as a right-wing media dude, you know? Oh, you mad, non-authority? Oh, I'm sorry, non-authority. Maybe next time I'll go past episode 1 of shit so I can enjoy fucking 23 more episodes of shit. Or president, yeah. ATD Fire with the $13. Thank you very much, comrade. Also, as a tag-along to the deaths in India due to British rule, the population of Ireland still hasn't gotten close to where it was pre-famine. Really? Has the Irish population still not caught up to that point? I actually didn't know that. That's pretty fucking wild. Holy shit. That's crazy. Interesting. I'll keep that in mind. Mythaldo with the $3. The content provides the poo-poo, so we need only do the pee-pee. Yeah, I'm leaving the easy part to you guys. Red Repose with the $2. She's just mad at the free BJ guy because he got more dick. True and based and true. Who's your Code Geass best girl? I haven't seen Code Geass because it looks terrible. Hammer Time with the $1. Do you think general woke scoldery and fear of friendly fire for not being woke enough has caused the left to be really shit at optics outside their own bubbles? Yes, and I've done videos on it. Yes, 100%. Yes, definitely yes. 100% yes. That is true. That is true. Yeah, definitely. True. That is true. That's pretty true. True. That's true. That is pretty true. True. Sake Tanuki with the $5. Thank you very much, comrade. What? We're never getting to the damn videos.
Whoever you are, I know how to use this.
I'm animated. I'm a throwback. I'm here. I'm an explorer. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Nice! Meme. Sake Tanuki, thank you. I love you. It's on the docket, another Amcom. Nice meme. Melonius with the $10. Thank you. After a shitty day, I'm glad I can come home to see you shitting on the shit girl. Keep being awesome, Mr. and/or Mix Vosh. Probably Mr., I guess. Since I go by dude. But yeah, you know, I try my best. Oh, gotcha, Hyena. The taquito. I'll give you the taquitos alert when it's time. Okay? Thank you, Melonius. I really appreciate it. Caius with the $1. Nazis, force feminize or fuck to death? Never fuck a Nazi. Why would you reward them for their bad behavior? Meister Schlump with the $5. Thank you for being a huge part of the YouTube community that got me turned around from being a useful idiot. Hey, listen, no problem, comrade. It's entirely my pleasure. I wouldn't call myself a huge part of the broader community, but, you know, we're working on it. We're working on it. We'll try. Happy to help. And Sake Tanuki with the $5 and an additional YouTube link. Oh, all right.
The paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be.
There are bunch of Christian murderers, scum, there were giant death factories keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum.
True. That's a copyright strike waiting to happen. Here you go, chat. Have the fucking link. Godspeed. I love you, Sake. That is a good meme. Jack Attack LP with the $2. Could you smash this fash? What, Caitlyn Bennett? Yeah, probably. Not with, like, my penis, though. The Winkingest Winking with the $5. Hey again, Vosh and comrades. If you want to learn more about European/EU politics, check out our comrade Yanis Varoufakis and DM25. Yes! Yanis Varoufakis and DM25. I completely agree. You should check those people out, you know. I'm limited in my knowledge of these people. You know, I can only assume they're great because if they weren't great, then their likenesses and names wouldn't have been just donated to me. Shistako Lich with the $5. I'm taking a comp sci ethics class and the professor is a huge boomer, leaning on automation being scary woo. Besides knowing that automation is inevitable, got anything other tips for defending it in case I gotta write something for a grade? Yeah, ask, why the fuck do we live in an economy where making our economy more efficient harms workers? That's a question right there. Why the fuck does capitalism mean that automation hurts workers? That's fucking weird. Should ask that. That's the real question. Okay, we gotta move a little faster. Heinrich with the $5. Hey, Vosh got kicked in the face today in K1 training, and now I look like Dr. Evil. Keep the fight on all day, all night, comrades. Trans rights, bass the fash. True, and recover well, comrade. Also, fuck you, comp. Carol in HR with the tier 1 sub. I'm giving you this money on the confidence you'll flannel more often. If you don't, I'm refunding the sub. I'll keep it in mind, comrade. It is going to be pretty fucking cold tomorrow. I'll keep it in mind, you know? Cyberline Cook with the $10. Thank you, man. Keep up the good work, low rent-stiny. True. Blessed-stiny. Based God. Thank you. I follow in the path of my mentor, Miramutan. Chip O with the $5. The pathanic number of 1.8 billion deaths under British is by interpolation. Can you outline why this is a better estimate than the consensus figure? I don't know what the consensus figure is. I've heard 30 million, but that seems woefully inaccurate because 30 million only tallies recorded deaths by like specific numbers of famines which took place, and I don't think can really like economically or socially account for the extent of destruction that is done by 200 years of brutal colonial exploitation over a massive population. You know, India's population has always been pretty fucking big. I mean, you know, it's a big place to live. Now, the 1.8 billion deaths is by interpolation. Yes, that is true. But I find other like estimates to be like woefully inaccurate. And I don't think it's fair to limit the deaths caused by capitalism only to those which have died like to a specific number of pre-counted famines rather than to the broader damage done to colonialized communities. But I mean, I can go more specifically on details like that in the future. It's possible that I might disagree with some of the methodology behind the 1.8 billion figure. I just think it's like 30 million is like woefully fucking inadequate, like not even close to being enough. And even that would be a pretty strict condemnation of capitalism. Kiltada with the $5. Note about Sargon, he's a lever, a position that would disproportionately affect the working class economically. He only cares about the poor when it justifies his xenophobic rhetoric. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, of course. The anti-immigration types only give a fuck about helping the poor. I called him out in this in our first debate. They only give a fuck about helping the poor when it means they get the shit on brown people. Aurora with the $1. It took you a year to take your mask off. Goddamn. Hey, shh. I'm putting it back on. Stostery with the $5. The Wizard of Oz is an isekai. True. And true. True. Balthazar with the $5. She tries to please everyone and ends up pleasing no one. She hesitates and calculates more than HRC and seems terrified to take a position and keep it. Are we talking about Warren? I don't think that Warren calculates more than HRC does. 95% of fishers in the UK voted leave. Interesting. Warren calculates so fucking much. Yeah, but not as much as HRC, I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, I'm debating Sargon again on the 25th. Sean 1 with the $3. Ever seen the show Undercover Boss? If so, you should watch Undercover Employee, where some random employee spends 1 week as an executive, and at the end they decide where they get their head chopped off via the guillotine. Who gets their head chopped off via the guillotine in Minecraft? Also, trans rights. If only, comrade. An infinitely better show. An infinitely better show. Caius with the $1. The only waifu worth standing, obviously. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe. Mr. F with the $10. Thank you, comrade. When you gonna set up a union for streamers? Seems like good praxis. No, I mean, it can't happen. A union for streamers is never going to work, like, because I can't access Twitch. A Twitch union might be a good idea, but on YouTube it will never work because all the streamers put together wouldn't even put a dent in the fraction of a percentage point of YouTube's like income and revenue. Remember, unions only work if striking works, and striking only works if all of you not working together would hurt the industry you're a part of. Got to keep that in mind. Shackley with the $5. Vosh the dude are leftists with bad optics, and the girl is most normal people. Why do you guys keep linking me movies? I'm gonna actually make a rule where you guys can't link me movies or fucking YouTube videos anymore. The amount of effort. Was this fucking 3 minutes? What am I looking at? Booby. 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 There we go. Nailed it. My media analysis is still on point. I can't, like, what? Am I, like, read, like, a 3-minute video and, like, come to some sort of allegorical comparison between that and a situation I had arrived at previously? I can't. Yeah, that's how I watch anime. That's the only real way, in fact, to watch anime. Stan G with the $2. Dark-skinned waifu / husbandos are the best. I mean, I guess they're cute, yeah. I think everyone's cute, comrade. I don't see race. Loopy Jackal with the $5. Thank you very much, comrade. The Saga of Tanya the Evil is a great isekai and was written by a communist and is unironically a good satire of fascism. Just got the newest book reading it. The Saga of Tanya the Evil, huh? I'll keep it in mind, comrade. I will definitely keep it in mind. Aurora with the $1. ReZero is the best isekai by far. Also, you haven't watched it, what the fuck? And hypers in chat if Rem is best girl. Fucking weeps. Jesus. Balthazar with the $5. Thoughts on Ultimate Survivor Kaiji? It's pretty okay. It mostly seemed like torture porn. There were parts of it that were pretty good, though. I really liked them trying to rig that pachinko machine, but the stuff where it was all like cross a bridge or die, like sometimes it was less interesting to me. Somniostatic with the incredibly generous $25. Thank you very, very much, comrade. Have you watched Mr. Robot yet? The last season is out, as it's really fucking good. You should watch it. I've heard mixed stuff about Mr. Robot. I haven't heard like ubiquitously good stuff. I would consider watching it, but I don't really know yet, you know? I don't really know if that's something I want to really dive deep into personally. He unironically I gave you money, so watch it. All right, fair argument. I'll keep it in mind. Damn, you people are just spamming me with shit. Holy fucking God almighty. Brad with the $2. Watch Code Geass, it's worth it. Duly noted. Ninja Taco with the $5. So honest, sincere question here. I once heard you say leftism subsumes feminism / progressivism. But has the left not historically rejected identity politics in any form? Help me understand, thanks. There are two types of identity politics. Liberal and intersectional. Liberal identity politics is horseshit, cringe, and not based. Intersectional identity politics is about elevating marginalized communities, which leftism is historically about. However, the communities that are grouped into leftism is very historically and socially dependent. Okay, when I said leftism subsumes feminism, progressivism. What I was saying was it subsumes it in the mind of those who hear it. When I say I'm a leftist, people generally assume I'm also a feminist. That is not also the case for all people, but in an optic sense, that is, read Berserk. I've read Berserk like 3 times. But in a general sense, that is how people tend to interpret it. Leftism generally rejects liberal identity politics and often, but not always, embraces intersectional identity politics. But again, it's not holistic. Whew. Sophie with the incredibly kind $20. Thank you, comrade. That's really kind of you. Pretentious question, forgive me. Do nationalists generally prescribe to a defined, coherent concept of nationality? If so, which? I only know of Benedict Anderson's, and he's a social constructionist. My friend, you have just, you have done a cringe, my friend. Because I don't know much about the social constructionist theory of nationality. Actually, I'm sorry. Actually, we have gone beyond my ideological limit. I don't know. My guess would be that no, because most people who are nationalists aren't nationalists because they subscribe to a theory. They're nationalists because they're dumb fucks who were swathed in the American flag as a blanket at birth and never knew any other ideology. Are we doing Jubilee still? You're right. Okay, hold on. We're doing a hiatus on the fucking donos. You people are too kind to me. Folks, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, what are we doing? Tell me. Right now, right here, right now. Let me know. Tell me. Are we doing PragerU? What is fair? PragerU probably unironically defending unfairness as a concept? Or Jubilee? Oh, I don't know if we have time for the Jubilee. That's like 16 minutes. Whatever. I want to hear votes. How many people are we upsetting today? Oh, we're leaning pretty hard, Jubilee. Oh, we're leaning. Oh, we're leaning hard, Jubilee. All right, I can't argue with the fucking plurality. Who am I to argue with democracy, you know? Can Trump supporters and immigrants see eye to eye? I'm excited to find out. In my experience, the answer is no. Anti-immigration sentiment is usually driven by fear and hatred and bigotry, and is not driven by some sort of esoteric economic anxiety, you know? Very often people who are told that, say, for example, the ethnics are taking their jobs, are being told that by people who benefit from the exclusionary racial tendencies that lead to them being anti-immigrant in the first place, you know? Hit it up!
Those are things we don't want in the United States. And one other thing.
There's people with predatory behavior in every...
Excuse me, but you get mad at me, but if I could say this, it's not baked into their religion.
Uh-oh.
Trump supporters, can I have you over there?
We'll get to that point when we get to it.
Can I have you in the other light?
Damn.
Sometimes I feel anxious about how the other side views me.
Okay. I would have expected all the immigrants to come over, because if I was an immigrant, I would feel really fucking anxious about the MAGA types. I don't know what the fuck the MAGA types have to feel anxious about immigrants.
So it's not necessarily about the idea of immigrants, but I'm Muslim, and there can be a lot of directed aggression from Trump supporters that I think I felt and other people in my Muslim community have felt.
Hey, remember how Muslim Americans were harassed like crazy after 9/11? Remember that? Does everyone remember those fun times? There were a lot of Muslim people in Beverly Hills, fair amount of them, you know. I remember them, you know, them getting made fun of, like them getting like punched in the streets and stuff. Yeah, that was good times. That was good.
And that's why I'm here sitting with you guys.
I own a clothing line, Magapreneur. This is my clothing line.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm a political strategist and a political activist. And when I leave my house, I am in fear for my life because every day I get death threats. So I think we both should be able to freely express ourselves. I love everybody. I'm here for everybody. I'll fight for your right for freedom, but I expect.
Damn, so what exactly did you do to get death threats? I'm super curious because you know, most Trump supporters, even prominent ones, don't get death threats all the time. It really makes me wonder, what was your name? Did you give a name?
So I am in fear. I'm a political activist.
Shastina Magapreneur. No, I don't think this is her. Yeah, the Magapreneur. That's a good one, though. Here, hold on. I just want to see if there's like some. I found the Twitter account for Magapreneur right here. It just seems like regular MAGA Twitter stuff. Only like 1,100 followers too. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what she did. Maybe the death threat she get is for something entirely unrelated. Wouldn't that be fucking funny? Maybe she gets death threats. I mean, she could always be lying, but even if she isn't lying, maybe she gets death threats because like on the side, you know, she also maybe she gets death threats because people are mad at the quality of her clothing. I don't know.
Freely express ourselves. I love everybody. I'm here for everybody. I'll fight for your right for freedom, but I expect for you to fight for mine too, because that's why we're in America.
Well, yeah. Right? Yeah. I mean, most immigrant groups tend to vote Democrat, and Democrats fight for the rights of everyone in this country. I mean, you know, except for the poor. And only LGBTQ groups and brown people if it pays lip service to a broader ideological agenda of maintaining neoliberal capitalism. But it's better than Republicans, okay? It's better than Republicans.
My name is Shastina, so I absolutely love immigration, but I believe that we need to secure our border.
What?
And it's the same thing of I wouldn't just let anyone in my car
Where
or
are
in
you?
my house.
All right, disagree.
Wait, what? I love wouldn't let people in your car or your house? What?
Come on in.
I used to get anxious about how I'm perceived, not just by some quote unquote other side, because my identity is very apparent. In standing in my truth, I think it allows other folks to stand in theirs and to invite people to also learn more about me rather than be worried about how I'm perceived.
I think my group gets represented unfairly in the media.
This has got to be 6 out of 6. There's no fucking way this isn't 6 out of 6, okay? Wait, really? Okay, yeah, wait. I think are the immigrants just shy or whatever?
And I hesitated because when Trump said that things about Mexicans being criminals and all that, I didn't take it personal because I'm not that. So I was like, that does not represent me. Like,
I don't take things personally
yeah.
either.
So that's why I hesitated. But then I'm like, I am not only one Mexican individual who's an immigrant. I'm part of all the immigrants, no matter what country you're from.
Well, we can say the same thing for Trump supporters, right?
Yeah,
I mean, now we have to, maybe I wasn't called racist, but you were called racist. Well, guess what? We're both Trump supporters, so now we have to band together.
What the what? This bitch, the MAGApreneur type, also, this is a very cursed face that I paused on the frame, is like the weirdest, like across the aisle unity, like victim complex type, you know, like, yeah, I get death threats all the time. We have to stand for each other. Us Trump supporters, you know, somebody called you racist. We have to stand for each other. Oh, Trump said Mexicans are rapists? Okay, I don't take things personally, you know? Like, what the fuck? Such a perfect like representation of the faux the faux charming, like southern, like bitchy, like attitude. You know what I mean?
Could I ask both of you a question? And I'd like an honest reaction to this. In my mind, it's languaging. I'm a writer, and I think if we made a distinction between jihadists and Muslims.
What?
That would solve a big problem.
What?
That's possible, and I think a lot of that goes into really the realm of how much people really are interested in understanding that kind of diversification and allowing the community that does know that really, I don't know, take the lead and initiative and show other people what that's about.
Is that guy an immigrant?
I feel threatened by the...
No, he's not. He just took someone else's seat. Wait, what? Wait, did he kill the immigrant? Look. Oh my God, he killed the Muslim woman.
And initiative and show other people what that's about.
I feel threatened.
They swapped seats? No, he killed her.
And I think if we made a distinction between jihadists and Muslims...
Yeah, this is the great replacement.
That would solve a big problem.
That's plausible, and I think a lot of that diversification is really...
Wait, then if she's on that side, then who died? Oh, wait, why'd they swap seats?
Threatened by this presidency.
All right, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm just... Hold on.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Okay, let's move on.
Oh, that's interesting.
When President Trump got elected as president, I was scared. Even though I had not a reason to be, because I'm legal here, power becomes scary in hands of a monster. Power becomes scary in hands of ignorance. And I'm scared about my people, and not only, like I said, the Mexicans, all the good, hardworking immigrants.
Yeah, I think the election night was when I felt alarmed.
Vosh would like to point out that jihad can be as small as not drinking. It just means serving Allah as you see fit and to the best of your ability. I think this is really important and misunderstood in the West. The term jihadist is prescriptively useless if you're trying to talk about how radical like a Muslim is. Okay? Like there's only the only like distinctive characteristic we need to go here is like fundamentalist or like radical violent like Muslim or something. Like jihadist, when people say jihadist, they phrase it as though it means like you're a fucking ISIS member, you know? Like you're an ISIS dude, and like that's what you're doing next, you know? You're gonna go fucking car bomb like a military base or something. Yeah, right-wing Muslims are the issue. The right wing is always the issue. But yeah, I don't know, the term jihadist is like it's a scare tactic. That term doesn't mean much in the eyes and ears of most people, besides being like a vague dog whistle for like violent, like bomb strapped around chest, towel head Muslim, you know? Even if that term does have legitimate usage outside that sphere, that's typically what it kind of gets relegated to.
I've been a community organizer and an activist for 15 years now, right? That night, it felt like a...
Islam is inherently right-wing? No, it is fucking not. Religion is inherently right-wing because religion elevates tradition and subservience to a higher power. Not fucking Islam. I don't know if you've noticed, but fundamentalist Christians aren't exactly the most left-leaning people in this country either.
A slap in the face to all of the work that we have always tried to do in terms of humanizing ourselves.
My name is Kifa Shah. I think we realize as immigrants how lucky we are to be here, and that's why we want to create a society that's more welcoming for others to be here.
You said it was a slap in the face, and I take offense to that, because you're saying you worked so hard, and yet we worked so hard too, to elect a president of the United States.
Oh my fucking God, the victim complex, dude. Holy shit. I felt it was a slap in the face when Trump said we were rapists. I think it's a slap in the face. I worked hard to vote in Trump. Holy shit.
That we think will enforce the laws, will enforce the United States Constitution. And it wasn't to be racist, or it wasn't to boot you out of the country. And it was to enforce the First Amendment. It's actually to enforce your freedom of speech.
What? What the fuck does this have to do with the First Amendment, dude? Trump supporters are so fucking incoherent. What the fuck is she talking about?
I understand why you're scared. That as a white...
Oh, hey, by the way, speaking of enforcing the Constitution, hey, remember how the president is supposed to go through Congress before engaging in acts of war? And then Trump got called out in that after Soleimani, and he was like, well, you know, I run it through sleepy Dems. No, I don't think so. You know, we just die. We get it, taking care of ourselves. And like, you know, wiping his ass with the Constitution. Doesn't that mean both Islam and Christianity are right-wing? Yes, all religions are. But when you say Islam is right-wing, you're implying that it is more so than other religious groups, which is not the case. Since when was Trump Italian? Listen, I can't do fucking impressions, okay?
Trump supporter, I am scared of this presidency because I have lost my freedom of speech. I have lost my freedom of religion. I have lost my freedom to...
How is the government infringing on your ability to express yourself in a public space or practice the religion you like? How?
Wear this shirt in the public.
What?
Just because I have a different political view. Now I'm the enemy.
Oh, and this bitch is like, if she like, I'll fucking fuck the death threats. I'll death you here. Holy shit. These people are subhuman. Holy shit. And I'm losing my freedom of speech. The victim mentality, dude. It's insane. They're like children.
In my own country.
In my own country. In my own country. People are telling me they don't like it when I'm racist.
To you, but it's almost like you have some semblance of the reality that people of color live with for centuries here.
But I've never seen that. And
That's the first time you felt that, right?
Right, but I'm just going to let you know that my neighbors are black. I have Muslim neighbors. I have neighbors of all kinds. When we go to the grocery store and I'm picking out yogurt, I'm picking out yogurt who looks like someone just...
This woman is incredible. This woman is fucking incredible. I get the death threats now. Holy shit.
Like you.
But it doesn't mean that you experience the same thing as me, even though we eat the same yogurt.
But nobody in my county treats people like that. It's just not done.
I don't think you would be able to say that. I lived in Orange County up until a few months ago. If I'm at a mall...
We found her Twitter. She's anti-vax. Of course she is, dude. That's like a 20 IQ magnet.
Or if I'm even at the beach, right? I get a lot of strange stares. I even feel like a lot of people after the election came up to me asking me about my positions, my religion, my identity. So what I'm trying to say is like, I can actually relate to what you went through because that, to be honest, is a shred of similarity to what people of color have always felt.
And since we came here and when we were born, basically.
Sure.
I believe in...
I actually can't believe that woman. Oh, the fucking audacity to look at a Muslim immigrant and be like, there's no racism in my community. Also, my personal constitutional freedoms are being attacked when people tell me I'm being racist. Yeah, they're being too charitable. That's the thing, dude. Fucking immigrants are the nicest people in the fucking world. Have you ever worked with immigrants? Have you ever worked a job with immigrants? Have you ever been around immigrants? Illegal or legal, it doesn't matter. These people are so fucking grateful just to be in this country for the most part because many of them, especially if they're fucking Muslim, came from countries that are way the fuck worse than this. Pardon me for being culturally imperialist for a moment. But yeah, when they're coming here from fucking Iran, yeah, they're usually pretty grateful. They're the ones who are like sort of living by the spirit of the American identity here. When I think of an American, I don't think of some prissy, bloated fucking white bitch who spent her entire life in the suburbs, who's never worked a day in her life because back before she got fat, she married a Chad off of fucking high school and then lived with him, who's raised two bloated fucking spoil fail sons, who's now sitting here whining that her First Amendment rights are being destroyed by the existence of immigrants. That's not the person I think of when I think of the American dream, okay? I think of someone who fucking works hard, who fucking hopes for the future, who contributes to the economy, who contributes to our diverse social, cultural, and economic environment, who lives a unique life that contributes to the lives of those around them. That's what I imagine. That's the American dream. And I dream of an America where the white bitches like that one get deported from this country and get sent back to the shithole countries they belong in, okay? Which certainly not my America, okay? All right, maybe Trump's America. We can form a separate one. And I dream of a day where the suburbs are cleared out and filled up with people who actually take advantage of the opportunities this country affords them, rather than sitting off the back of the work of other people, mostly immigrants, contributing nothing while whining about the existence of their civil rights. That's the America I'm looking forward to. That's the America I want to live in. Empty the suburbs. Clear them out. Bad optics re? Nah, not bad optics re. I can say whatever I want as long as I cloak it in faux, American patriotism. For real though, nah. And that has nothing to do with race, by the way. It's not my fault. I'm race blind. It's just maybe it's a cultural thing with white people. I don't know. Maybe they can take steps to fix their culture, because every time I see this dumb shit happening, it's a white bitch, But being race blind is racist. That's the joke. All right, fuck you guys. No more semi-ironic patriotic rants. They're taken off the table. It's never happening again on voshvideo.tv.com/youtube.com. Okay? It's never happening again. It's over. It's all over.
Even immigration, but I am against illegal immigration.
Damn.
My whole thing is assimilation, right? So like making sure that the cultures match. If, someone in the Middle East who's gay will be killed, right? That's the thing, and it's horrible. If someone with that culture somehow makes it through vetting and comes here and then sees a gay couple, kissing or whatever.
Ooh, I love it when Trump supporters are very selectively, why do we have to care about cultural conservatism from Muslim countries? What if they're homophobic? And then they turn around and vote for Trump.
They're gonna freak out, or they're gonna react very differently in a way that,
Oh, you mean like what you guys do? Holy shit. I love it. I love that stuff. I love it. You fucking hypocrites. Oh, you want to accept Muslims? Don't you know they throw gays off rooftops? Meanwhile, they're like actively still crying that gay people can marry, actively still crying that trans people exist, actively still crying that gays are allowed in the military. Yeah, being homophobic makes me feel special. I don't want to share that with anyone else.
We're trying to move past, and we're not trying to be held back by. So I believe assimilation is probably one of the most important factors.
Both things can be true? No. You cannot simultaneously be a homophobe and then use the purported homophobia of other cultures as an excuse to keep them from being in the country. Okay? No, you don't get to do that. That's not allowed. You don't get to be the bad thing and then say that that bad thing in other people excludes them from the country.
Of why we need legal and not illegal immigration.
My thing is about money. An awful lot of people who came here legally don't want illegal people being able to come or get free college. It costs $118 billion in welfare benefits. That's a huge, why do I have to pay?
Wait. You don't have to pay. The government pays the welfare benefits. And you know who else could pay the fucking government benefits? Them, if you would let them pay taxes. There's like a plurality of research on this. Immigration, even illegal immigration, is a wash economically. It benefits the economy.
So that Walmart has cheap workers.
It's not about Walmart having cheap workers. It's about people having the right to freely move and live wherever they want. Most of them do pay taxes. Yeah, most of them pay most types of taxes, yeah. But if we bring them in as citizens, they can pay even more. $118 billion is nothing compared to the economic productivity of the over 10 million illegal immigrants in this country.
My name's Ken Unger. I don't have anything against immigrants. It's a political problem. It's not an immigrant problem.
I was an illegal immigrant at one point in my life. I am not anymore.
King.
But ultimately, we left a country of war, a country where extremism and terrorism was a reality. And this is something that was on the daily, oppression towards women.
But if we don't have legal immigration, then we'll have that here. We want you to come and be safe, but don't you want that for everyone else? It doesn't matter where you're coming from.
I think it might be a misconstrued or a misconception to think that the illegal immigrants might bring up the crime rates. And when we're talking about what happens after immigrants or refugees or illegals and anything come into the state and how can we help them from here, I think that is the real essential question. We have a humanitarian duty to help one another out, regardless of if we're Afghan, if we're Israeli, if we're American. We're all humans, ultimately.
That's so fantastic, but what about
I fucking hate her, dude. That's so, bless your heart, sweetie. That's so fantastic, but
our vets? What about our children that are starving? What about our...
Oh, what about our vets? What about our children? Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Are Republicans? Is Trump the one who's pushing for fucking vet healthcare reform? Or is that fucking Bernie Sanders? What about our starving children? Oh, I'm sorry. Is fucking Trump the one who's pushing for policies to help expand the social welfare net and help like starving children? Or is that fucking Bernie Sanders? What the fuck are you talking about?
Our foster homes that are...
What about our foster homes? Oh, I'm sorry. Is Trump the one pushing? They will only ever bring out these points when they're using it as a cudgel to ignore taking responsibility for other groups of people, but then the moment that's off the table, they don't give a fuck. Republicans gutted the fucking vet systems. Republicans don't give a single shit about the welfare system. They don't give a shit about the social safety net. They don't give a fuck about starving children. They don't care about any of that stuff. And they don't give a fuck about gay people either. The only time they'll bring these points out is when they can be used as an argument against lefties or left-leaning people trying to help other people. Yeah, this is virtue signaling. This is virtue signaling right here, and it's transparent at that.
What about them? We're not helping them. We're taking in all these refugees. If we can't...
No, we're not. America doesn't take in that many fucking refugees.
Fix our citizens, how can we fix others? It's just kind of like, if I can't love myself, I can't love another person.
But you're opposed to both. And you can absolutely help immigrants while helping people in your country. Because immigrants are people in your country as soon as they're in here. Exactly, White.
It should be easier to immigrate into America.
Yeah, totally.
It should be easier. The wait time should be shorter, right? Yeah. But I believe that...
Yeah, just so you guys know, America has one of the most stringent vetting processes for immigration, like, period. America is insanely strict, unbelievably strict with their immigration processes. Like the time, the wait lists, all of the fucking vetting you have to go through. America is unbelievably strict. And in spite of that, we still let in quite a few people, like 1 million a year. It's pretty crazy. I can't imagine how much bureaucracy goes on behind the scenes to facilitate all of that. I don't think all of that vetting is necessary.
It's so lengthy, not because the process is so extreme. I mean, personally, I think it's so lengthy because it's mismanaged.
Yes,
I think that,
too many hands in the cookie jar.
Well, that...
Shut up, bitch. Maybe, though. It's possible. It's possible that mismanagement is a part of this. I'm not sure, personally.
Too, but I think it's just like there's a way and a process that should be put in place so it's not 15 years. Let's say that they fully cooperate, okay, right? Let's say they have everything, they have all their documents, and they're ready. Yeah, I think it should be a lot shorter.
So you're saying make it less bureaucratic?
In a lot of instances, it's purposeful mismanagement as a means of deterrence. Yeah, probably. That's a good point. Yeah. Just because it's mismanagement doesn't mean it's not deliberate. I will say, though, and I want to, by the way, I should really quickly clarify this, just because I don't want people misrepresenting my positions. So when it comes to immigration, okay, I'm obviously like pro-open borders in the distant future. Anyone who's in favor of open borders now, right now, today, in today's America, you're fucking crazy. Are you kidding me? Open what, like that would facilitate like that would facilitate like a destruction of the state, which wouldn't be a good thing because it wouldn't be a graceful transition into a stateless society. It would be a riotous, destructive system. Like that's not good. Like no. We don't just open up our borders like that. That'd be fucking crazy. Yeah. You need to facilitate a severe like set of social and political changes for that to be possible. With that being said, I like immigration for a lot of reasons. I like immigration because I like individual freedoms and the ability for people to be able to move and travel freely wherever they want. I don't like the idea of us being born on this one rock, this one little planet here on Earth. And there are just being parts of it that are like blocked off forever because of the political tendencies of the people who happen to own that chunk of land. That just seems kind of cringe and not based to me, you know? I like the idea that we should be able to go wherever we can, within reason, not like within other people's houses or whatever, but that's not where we need to go. Where we need to go, I think, to live a fulfilling life is to experience the cultures and the societies abroad, to be able to live in places which are, you know, economically efficacious to us. Can I link you an article I made? You can email it to me, voshvideo@gmail.com. That's the best chance you're going to get. We can do all of that stuff. I like immigration because I think it adds cultural diversity to a country, which I'm in favor of. I know a lot of people hang on to this juvenile attitude that culture can somehow be preserved, or that racial hegemony is the only way to homogeneity is the only way to preserve a culture. I find these arguments idiotic. You can't preserve cultures. They will change whether you like it or not, no matter the demographic composition of society. There's nothing you can do about it, you know? And cultural diversity has led to a hell of a lot of good for a hell of a lot of people. Not just taco trucks. I mean, the foundational cultural principles that we consider American are themselves derived from ethnic heterogeneity. Heterogeneity, sorry. And immigration. America is built on immigration. The Germans, the Polish, the Chinese, the Italians, the Mexicans, the Irish, the Mexicans again, but more this time. Muslims, it's just, you know? I like immigration. And immigration tends to help the economy too. When you live in a capitalist society, after all, labor is a resource. And much in the same way that economies are made stronger when you can trade wealth, when you can trade capital, or trade, commodities over borders, it also, grows stronger when you can trade labor, when labor power can flow across borders. Does this mean invariably that some people in some communities are going to be left out in the cold when it comes to the benefits of immigration? 100%. 100%. Absolutely, that is the case. However, we have two solutions to this. We either A, cut off immigration, hurt the economy for everyone, stifle our country, close it off to the world, make it a worse place, and avoid what I just described. Or we allow immigration, we make things better for almost everyone, and then we use redistributive policies to help the people who weren't helped by the, presence of immigration. This is the debate that I had with Sargon. It's what he fails to understand. Not that he fails to understand it. He's just racist, which is why, it's an excuse for him. He wants an ethno-state. But those are functionally the options we have. Those are the directions we can travel in. And I like immigration. And facts seem to be on my side, culturally better, economically better, civilly better, human rights-inly better. It's better, it's an improvement. You're welcome. Let's continue. Well, let's conclude, I suppose.
Democratic.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. I mean, I think I would agree with that. I just feel like when it comes to Trump, you
Oh yeah, who here knows me exclusively as a Dark Souls streamer?
support the individual, but then the bureaucracy, the administration, all of that is so painstaking and just so inefficient. And all of this, it doesn't really compute for me. So I think I'm.
Well, we've only been in there a year, right?
For me, yeah.
And we have so many changes that we want to make.
So let's talk about a couple of policy things. What about the Muslim ban or the travel ban?
The travel ban to me was more of a, it was something that was created
Obama's
by Obama
ban.
anyway. But it was.
No! It wasn't Obama's ban. Obama's Department of Defense team just created the list of Muslim-majority countries. It was not proposed that immigration be banned from these countries. It was absolutely not Obama's ban.
Enacted by Trump. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I agree with the travel ban, right? And I agree with refugees. But that's two separate things to me.
So what I'm trying to say is that none of these policies that are happening are not to do with one another. They're all intertwined. When we say we support the travel ban, but we also support refugees, but we also want to help them get vaccinations, and we also want to do this, and we also want to, well, don't forget, we're funding the same bombs that are causing the Yemenis to have to become refugees.
But there has to be a reason, right? So
yeah, but there doesn't have to be a good reason. Just because there's a reason doesn't mean there's a good one.
So it's all connected, right? So
why are we bombing Yemen?
Personally, I haven't looked into Yemen.
I guess I'm missing your.
Can you imagine? That's like a picture perfect example right there of motivated reasoning. How can you claim to be opposed to this when we're the one funding the bombs that are causing the refugee crisis? Well, there has to be a reason. I mean, I don't know it, but there must be, right? That's just that's perfect. I love it.
Point.
Refugees you support.
Yes.
Travel ban, Muslim ban you support.
It's not a Muslim ban.
It's not a Muslim ban.
Yes.
It's a fucking Muslim ban. It was created by these guys are so fucking disingenuous, dude. Trump advertised it as a Muslim ban. He talked with his advisors about a way to ban Muslims from the country. It was curated from Obama's list of Muslim majority countries, and it targeted countries that had Muslim majority populations. It was a fucking Muslim ban, dude. Gotta real sneaky with the optics there. Gotta make sure no one knows your true intentions. Why else would you ban those countries?
I support a travel ban so we can assess who's coming in.
Travel ban. You see, just a travel ban just from Muslim majority countries, Hey, my dude, why have you been stop and frisking only black guys? I'm not stop and frisking only black guys. I'm just coincidentally running into a lot of black guys and, sort of skipping by a lot of, hey, chat, stop counting. Fuck you guys. Stop, you're done. Just coincidentally, ignoring all the white guys and, hey, I'm just trying to keep things safe.
I just think it's important to contextualize. Like you're saying, nothing happens in a vacuum, right? And I think that if we start to actually connect the dots, like I'm encouraging us to do, then it'll become a lot more understandable.
I mean, I don't believe in bombing anyway.
I would like to answer your question about why we're bombing Yemen.
Oh?
We're not bombing Yemen. We're bombing radical jihadists in Yemen who are
genius!
Killing people. That's why we're bombing parts of Yemen.
We're not bombing Yemen. We're just bombing people in Yemen. Damn, dude!
Selectively to kill people who are doing terrible, terrible things. And there's a tremendous amount of rape happening in England. Taking these little girls, grooming them.
Oh, shit, dude! We've got a fucking Sargon fan over here. Two completely unrelated points. Completely detached from one another. So I love the fact that people who voted for Trump would often say that Hillary was a warmonger and that Trump would pull them out of wars. And then when Trump starts bombing Yemen, they're like, oh, well, actually, there must be a good reason. Then we switch immediately to this dude fantasizing about being the one to get to rape 12-year-old girls.
Because they feel they have the right to do it. We don't want that here.
Absolutely not.
Those are things we don't want in the United States.
No.
And one other thing.
Well, so then it is a Muslim ban. So you're saying you don't want the Muslim grooming gangs, right? Also, aren't the grooming gangs from Pakistan? What does that have to do with Yemen? I guess all Muslim people are the same.
People with predatory behavior in every...
Excuse me,
we don't want it everywhere. We don't want it anywhere.
If I could say this and you'll get mad at me.
Trump literally has had like cases brought against him for like raping underage people. Trump literally went into the changing room of where he knew a bunch of naked girls were just to go in there to like stare at the naked girls. Trump has bragged about sexual assault. Trump has cheated on every wife he's ever had. Trump has raped his current wife. It's out in a book. Trump is literally a fucking pedophile. Trump literally fucking loved Jeffrey Epstein, would spend time together with him. Trump literally would talk about how he and Epstein both like them on the young side. Haha. Jesus Christ. Anytime conservatives claim to care about an issue, keep in mind it is being used as a proxy for them targeting non-white people or gays, whatever. Every single time, without question, every single fucking time. Okay? They don't give a fuck about predatory behavior. Oh, that was his first wife, also probably his current. Okay, first wife. No, Melania Trump wrote about it. Isn't Melania still the wife? Yeah, it's Melania. So when they complain about sexually predatory behavior, when they complain about the vet people, the vets not being treated right, when they complain about kids. Oh, Ivanka is the new wife? How recently did that happen? I don't even care. Whatever. Old wife then. I still remember Melania. I still remember the other one. What was her name? Not Ivanka? Ivana? Why would they name them so close together? Melania is his current wife? What the fuck are you people talking about? Yeah, Melania Trump. Yes, that's what I said. That's current wife. Why would you correct me? Oh, Ivanka's the daughter. It's a joke. Okay. I guess we're bringing out the clip again. I need to have a fucking soundboard.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
But if I could say this, it's not baked into their religion. There are 109 passages in the Quran where people are told to kill infidels and Christians and Jews. There's nothing like that in our Bible or in the Bhagavad Gita or in anything Buddha taught.
So, again, I've made this point before, that you should never judge religious people's behavior based on the contents of their book, because modern day Republican Christians do literally not, like, their behavior is not even slightly related to like the contents of the Bible. But also, yes, the Bible openly condones slavery, rape, death, slaughter, genocide, openly. Hey, how can you trust people? How can you trust people who worshipped a god who killed the firstborn of every Egyptian? How can you trust Christians who worship a god who flooded the earth? Slavery, murder, genocide, the oppression of women, the stoning of gays, the Bible. Oh, the Bible's got some nasty shit in it, folks. Yeah, you can slaughter the pagans. Ooh, what does pagan mean? Well, pagan can be interpreted in a lot of ways, my friends. The Bible is fucking chock full of violence, but nobody ever, the only people who ever bring up this like determinist, like the contents of your holy book determine how you behave thing, the only people who bring this up are people who are bigots. Nazis do it against Jews when they say that the Torah explicitly like encourages Jews to like conquer the fucking goyim or whatever. Bigots do it against Muslims when it comes to the taqiyya thing or to the violence that is perpetrated in the Quran, and nobody does it against Christians because nobody is bigoted against Christians. There is no systemic bigotry against Christians. There needs to be, because these people are ruining the fucking planet. But there currently isn't. I never hear anyone bring this shit up, okay? The closest thing we have to the systemic discrimination against bigots is edgy fucking atheists who irritate their religious, like, family members on Thanksgiving, okay?
Or any other religion I'm aware of in the world. Until people renounce those values.
If a man finds a young woman who is a virgin, who is not betrothed, and he seizes her and lies with her, and they are found out, then the man who lay with her shall give to the young woman's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife because he has humbled her. He shall not be permitted to divorce her in all of his days. Damn, how can you trust Christians when their Bible is literally advocating that you buy rape daughters and then buy them from their fathers, and then she can't divorce him? Damn. Damn, that's super cringe. Right there. That's super cringe.
Then they scare me.
I don't think, so I haven't renounced any part of my religion in front of you, so I hope that you don't feel threatened by me. So I'm not sure what you mean by that, and I won't renounce any part of Islam. The point that I'm trying to make is that you didn't really answer the question.
No, he did. He said the reason why we're bombing Yemen is to save the people, because I'm
Yeah, that's why we're bombing Yemen. Hey, listen. Hey, folks. Hey, listen. Hey, folks. I'm not super up on what's happening right now in the Yemen situation. Are we saving the people over there? Hey, chat, let me know. Hey, let me know. Hypers if we're not saving the people in Yemen. If that's not what we're doing over there. Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, our freedom missiles. Yeah, it's a Saudi Arabian thing. We're basically just being like bitches for Saudi Arabia again. Is that true? That's true, right? We're just being bitches for Saudi Arabia? I mean, who cares about all the millions of people it kills or displaces, you know? No big. This bitch has found a shaky thin justification for our war.
assuming that in Yemen
And
we've got some bad guys
the reason we want a travel
in there.
ban is to keep out people like that.
Wait, like Muslim people? I thought it wasn't a Muslim ban. I thought it was just a travel ban.
Just remember, this is a video about Trump and immigrants. We're mixing too much the religion,
Well, I think
the
when it
race.
comes with the
I
travel
know,
ban,
yes,
it
yes,
brings
yes,
in
but
the
you
religion.
shouldn't question somebody's religion. I am very religious. And I'm not putting anything about my religion in here. I'm here to talk about me as an immigrant. You guys
Bringing us back. Yeah, right now Yemen is like currently one of the biggest like travesties, right? Like what's happening in Yemen is like an unironic genocide that we are perpetuating. And it's horrible. Do I have that right? I think I have that right? Hey, how can you trust Christians who are complicit in the genocide taking place in Yemen? Damn, these Christians sound like some shady folk.
are here.
Notice, by the way, remember how I said that these people will only pretend to care about certain issues if they can use it as a scapegoat to blame immigrants? And this somehow got turned into a discussion about Islam, in spite of the fact that this subject panel has nothing to do with Muslims or Islam. Interesting. and how he said it was a travel ban, not a Muslim ban. But then he immediately started talking about how Muslims were a problem and how they needed to be kept out with things like the travel ban.
To talk about Donald Trump, like supporting him, and yes, I've learned a lot. Like you guys are human too. You have values.
No.
Who would have thought, that we would have found?
You shouldn't have learned. You learned the wrong lesson. Engagement with these people should not have taught you that they have values.
Common ground, and we wouldn't like hit each other right here, because after the media portraying you guys as bad or us as terrorists, whatever.
You're right. I think the media is portraying us all in a different light.
I think that we're portraying ourselves in a very different light too. I mean, I feel very attacked just now for my religion when I.
Yeah, no shit. The dude was literally talking about how your religion like inherently made you a fucking predator. We're not bigots, by the way.
Did come here to talk about myself as an immigrant.
Yes,
But
that's what I'm saying.
But you kept talking about the travel ban. It's a Muslim ban.
That has to do with immigration.
And it's not a Muslim ban.
But what I'm trying to just say is that no one should have to explain Muslim, Christian, Jewish, none of the above, what they are to you. But Muslims continuously have to defend not only their religion, but their humanity.
Remember earlier when this bitch was complaining about how her First Amendment freedom of religion rights were being suppressed?
What I love about this country is the diversity. I just, when I came here from Mexico, I just love how there was different religions, different colors, different people. Like it's amazing. It's beautiful, and I don't understand how empty of a human you have to be to discriminate someone just because of their looks. Ignorant to assume.
It's these pre-programmed thoughts in our head from just...
No, notice how the fucking white guy with the beard was the only one who didn't respond with, oh yeah, it's dumb to judge people by their looks. He was the only one who didn't say anything.
Media is what I believe, just blowing things out of proportion, just consistently, just the outlook on minorities or the outlook on people in certain situations is just bad. Once you humanize someone when you're having a conversation, and I look past, whatever these biases that people try to enact on me, right? Or that I see, and I start looking at you as a person and I start listening to what you're saying, you really realize that it's not that different. I mean, we have different situations, we have different information, but we're all trying to do the best that we have.
I think the real interesting aspect that I guess a lot of discrimination is really about is taking this general idea of a phenomenon where you can associate, in my case at least, like Muslims, terrorists, equal each other, and take individuals and group them so easily with that sort of discrimination. Sure. And I think that's something that we have to work towards in terms of separating ourselves from doing that.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all.
Thank you.
I think these older Jubilee videos are a little bit more awkwardly structured. Because this is an older one. I think this is from 2017. No, this is from 2018, okay. I think the older ones are a little bit more awkwardly structured. I called a black guy the N-word the other day. As he approached me, I quickly showed him I was eating the same yogurt, so he gave me a pass. White woman has non-white neighbors. Racism. I'ma head out. 80% of the comments start with the white woman. Ah, my comrades in the YouTube chat. The white woman thinks the whole world revolves around her. She isn't the victim. I don't like Walmart hiring illegal immigrants. Then your problem is with Walmart and companies like them, not illegal immigrants. The white lady couldn't wait to be a victim. I've lost the freedom to wear this shirt. Points to the shirt she is wearing. White woman is living proof that education is important. Like, one slap for the white lady. I have lost my freedom of speech. She doesn't know what freedom of speech is. The Muslim girl came prepared. She was very well articulated. Okay. I love it. I'm so used, because if you go to the Vice articles or the Vice videos, the Vice videos of these like debate segments. We did this one. We did this one a while ago. Remember this fucking guy? And you go into the comments here. They're usually pro-conservative. They're fucking deranged. The gay conservative veteran has absolutely no victim in him. He's gonna be a winner in life. Seems like conservative people always make more sense in a discussion. And remember, the conservatives came off fucking insane in this conversation. This dude, not that dude. That dude's fucking based. Hold on. This dude, that guy right here, the top left one, came off like a fucking lunatic. in the video. First time I've ever heard a black person reject being called a minority out of respect for himself. Hell of a guy. What the fuck does that mean? That's based. What the fuck does that mean? Yeah, I remember that. He was like, I'm not a black person. I'm not a minority. I'm an American. They do that all the time. He's done that in the gay panel too. I'm not LGBTQ. I'm American. What the fuck do you mean? False consciousness in a nutshell? Yeah, well, he gets paid for it. So it's more like faux false consciousness, but yeah. And that dude definitely thinks of himself as a fucking minority. As a Trump supporter. Yeah, here he is in the Rubin Report. Remember, there is no level of mediocrity that will keep you out of the conservative grifter circuit. It doesn't matter how much of a mediocre, worthless piece of shit you are, who is utterly incapable of forming a coherent point, as long as you're conservative, and as long as you're a fucking moron, you can like run any circuit you want. You can make hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars. Is that bad optics, as there are a lot of people who agree with the comments? What? Wait, it's not bad optics for me to be a leftist. What? Is it bad optics for me to point out it's fucking stupid? To say I'm not black, I'm not a minority, I'm black? Oh yeah, taquito. It's time. The taquito activation time is now. It's time, hyena. Activate. Deploy. Deploy the taquitos. Get them out. Fire. Hold on, let me go over donos. Yeah, Block Caligula, I have that one on the docket as well. Dredge with the $1. It's a YouTube link. Nope. No YouTube links. Never again. We're actually done with YouTube links. Unless you donate $1,000. Try Anon with the $5. Bernie Sanders rising the polls just before the primary. Be like, that's all we're seeing it in case that's not safe for work. I can kind of see a dingy there. You can show dongs on YouTube in the right context, you know. It's true though. Fucking Sanders is popping off. Sergeant Dr. Peppers with the $2 had a shit couple of weeks of being sick, but your streams keep a smile on my face. Keep it up, comrade. Hey, happy to help. Happy to help a little bit, comrade. You know, my pleasure. Brazilian fascists are losing their shit at this documentary being nominated for an Oscar. Is this like a Democracia em Vertigem? Is this like a democracy in Brazil kind of deal? Probably. Well, anyway. Based either way. I love democracy. I am a socialist. It's just send it to my email, voshvidya@gmail.com. Jammy with a gifted tier 1 sub. Thank you, comrade. Hey Vosh, have you considered doing a variety of games for the game streams occasionally? Could have like 10 games, give each a half-hour segment, let chat vote to continue a game for longer or move on to a different one. Nah, I don't want to do that. Because it might be fun for you guys, but I hate you guys. I like doing my own thing. I like doing my own shit. I like playing whatever game I want to play. After Dark Souls, we're probably going to do either a Spyro game to lighten the mood a bit before Hollow Knight, or just jumping right into Hollow Knight. That's the goal, at least, you know? Yeah, and maybe if chat stopped counting numbers, I would be less inclined to fucking hate you people. Yes, Hollow Knight is very, very neat. Yes, Hollow Knight is a very, very good game. No denying it. Folks, since I'm about to read donos and then head out for the end of the stream, there's a last few things that I want to point out. First of all, in just about 2 hours, I'm going to be streaming again. I'm going to be doing, for the first time in a long time, Theater of Consumption, the Dungeons and Dragons campaign that I am DMing with Vermin, my girlfriend, Pig Puncher, Cyberwitch Lexi, and Conyer CC as the players. Unfortunately, White Nervosa is super busy and is no longer able to play with us. The campaign will probably not continue on like a tremendous length because it's turned out to be incredibly destructive to my time. You know, very, very, very much so. Rip in peace, White Nervosa, Pepe hands. I'll have a Pepe hands up in her camera thing. You know, I just have almost no time to prepare anymore. But yeah, we're gonna be doing that in like 2 hours. So once this is done, I gotta go. I gotta eat and I gotta prep. Big Pepe hands, okay. Anyway, thank you very much, Jamie. I get you. I get the appeal. I do. It's just you know, I'm very much a creature of immediate passion. Nightagle with the $10. Thank you. Hey Vosh, I'm interested in doing PragerU style videos. Recommendation of topics that take 1 to 2 Sargons. They're literally anything. I mean, climate change, gender equality, there is like literally anything. 5 to 10 minutes. You can discuss any subject on Earth in 5 to 10 minutes. Anything, even high level philosophy. You just ask yourself how much you want to simplify, you know? The main issue is matching the production value and the advertising budget of PragerU. I'm sure my Discord has more ideas on hand than I do. Rugal Migdal with the 279 Canadian. Fuentes has agreed to debate on a neutral platform. What do you mean neutral platform? My stream is a neutral platform. There's nobody else here. What do you mean? He's agreed to debate what? Does he want modern day debates to handle it? Why can't he shoot me an email? Modern day debate would be a good candidate. I wonder what Fuentes would even want to debate. No worries, Dairy Cypher. He needs to decide on a subject. Jim Othaniel with the $5. I feel guilty for all this isekai talk, so for good anime, tell everyone to watch Symphogear, then go watch Symphogear yourself. Actually, fuck it, just make this a Symphogear stream. Maybe one day, comrade. I can check it out, though. I haven't heard of that anime before. Balthazar with the $5. Do you think Megalobox will bring more 80s retro modern anime? I mean, between Megalobox and Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress, there's definitely potential for good shit in the future, right? Definitely. Dual Edge with the $5. Read Delicious in Dungeon. It's about recently bankrupted adventurers eating their way through a dungeon. Okay. I can give it a look, comrade. And Dracoris Felving with the $5. Giant fucking annoyance. What about our ex? Anytime we were bringing up how we need to raise the standard of living for everyone, but they simply won't accept, yeah, they fall under everyone. Well, yeah, because they don't care about making life better for any group of people. What they care about is maintaining the distinction between them and the have-nots, you know? Twilight Monk with the $1. I understand socialism, but apparently communism involves the abolition of money and the state, if I'm not mistaken. You can have money in some forms of communism, but the state is going, yeah, for sure. Wouldn't another form of capital just arise in its absence? I don't understand how we could function in a society with no money. This is high level theory stuff. But there are ways to build. For one, money and capital aren't the same thing. Capital is just the resources to produce more capital. And money is like an exchange of currency. Without the currency, you can still have capital, you know. That's very high-level theory stuff. Let's get that later, okay? Unknown German guy, Vosh, please, we need a Weasley Little Liar chatbot emote. I will think, okay? But it can't be Hassan related because that's his intellectual property. Dogon with the $5. What can be done with mindless monsters like the blonde woman? What is the rational response to these people existing or interacting? Show them my cobblestone wall in Minecraft? Is that all there is? All you can do is convert more people than they convert and hope they die faster than you die. That's really all there is to it, comrade. I would never condone political violence. Political violence is wrong. Darwinian realism with the $2. If you got invited to this, based as fuck. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I would love to go to a Jubilee thing, but they would never let me. There's no chance. Not with my history. Piotr Online with the $20. Thank you, comrade. That is very generous of you. As a black person who prefers not to self-identify as a minority or similar, the point is saying that I'm not foreign or other. I am American. If racists have a problem with that, then they can go complain about shirts. Yeah, but deflecting on whether or not you're a minority is you're not using it as a way to invalidate claims that you are harmed by disproportionate poor treatment or like a marginalizing system. If you say I'm not a minority, I want to be treated like an individual, that's fine in like a personalized sense. But if you're using it as a way to deflect away from the very real fact that black people are systemically discriminated against, that is an issue, you know? That is definitely an issue. Lexify with the $1 EU time zone game stream win. Maybe one day, comrade. And Paul Rezendes with the $10. Are all conservative Trump supporters fascist? Because you said fascism is incoherent and all these people sound incoherent as fuck? Yes, most American conservatives, especially those who support Trump, are fascists. Yeah. Or they're very fascist leaning. I mean, go look at, Umberto Eco's points, like they line up with pretty near all of them. It's pretty insane how closely they align with the general tenets of fascism. Now, that doesn't mean they're full on out and about like goose stepping, but you don't need to do that to be fascist. There's more nuance to it. But yeah, essentially, yes. True. Araxio with the $5. This stupid Karen is making me more angry than even PragerU or the worst and stupidest of Nazis. She made me angry and put me in a worse mood. Thanks, Fosh. I guess I'm a pain piggy. Oink oink. True. PragerU always gets me the worst. Hydrona with the $1. I heard no more YouTube links, and then we have a Daily Motion link to the Arab Socialist Bath Party. Thank you, comrade. I'll be sure to check it out in my spare time. Rules are rules. And Somniostatic with the $5. Did you hear Fuentes hung out with a 14-year-old boy all day recently? I don't know what the context for this is. Is this true? I have literally no idea. So I'm just going to assume that Nick Fuentes is currently having sex with a child. It's really the only reasonable explanation. It's the most likely. If we infer to the most likely possibility, that's basically what we're left with. One way or another, comrade, I love you all so fucking much. I gotta chill the fuck out and eat and prep because apparently I'm doing D&D soon, and it's been a while since I've done that on stream. So yeah, I love you all very much, and I'll check you guys out. I'll check you guys out soon, okay?